It's season 3 with me, Matt.
And me, Neil.
And me, Sam.
Welcome to this instalment of the Adeptus Terra podcast.
Strap in and relax.
Come and get your monthly hit of 3 idiots hooked on that plastic crack.
We hope you
Matt's
enjoy
just
the
slurping.
chaos you're about to experience. Hello, oh no, we're still going. Fucking hell. Keep
Slowly
that in.
drop. It just slowly drop.
Yeah. There we go.
That's it. You can talk now.
There we are. We're ready.
Yeah, you're
Hello,
good, you're good.
and welcome to season 3, episode 9, the last quarter of the series.
Can't
Yes.
wait.
Indeed.
What's
Wow.
the series finale? Who's going to get murdered?
It's Neil doing a faction focus on a codex.
Fucking hell.
I know
Have you played that faction yet?
the world is ended.
Oh,
Is it-
no, definitely didn't play a game against Matt.
Is it Necrons?
It might be.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
might
I
be.
thought you were doing Tau for some reason. Faction focus. Oh, no. I'm excited about Necrons faction focus. Have
It'll
you
be
seen?
cool.
I know you love Kill Team. Have you seen the? Have you seen the Kill Team?
The Tomb World
new,
stuff.
new
The
Tomb
new-
World stuff.
Yeah.
It does look cool.
Have you purchased it?
No.
It sold out like very quickly.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I looked at it and was like, oh, that looks pretty.
Yeah, it does look very pretty.
It's a good idea. If you could build it into a ZM.
Yeah.
Like an actual size ZM, it would be amazing.
Oh yeah, but
For-
you'd need so many sets to do that.
No. I mean, just to like press mold the walls
Oh, I
and
see.
then mount them on some. Like,
That's
MDF.
work. Like,
Yeah, but that's the kind of thing Neil would do. Do you know what? Go away. I feel like I've become a far more legitimate hobbyist.
You
do you know
really
Do
have.
you know what I did this month? I used sprue goo.
oh,
For the first time.
interesting.
Well done.
I look
Yeah,
forward to
yeah.
hearing about that.
I can't remember what model I did it on. Oh, the Predators. That was last month.
Oh.
I didn't tell you about it.
Uh,
I'm now a legitimate hobbyist. I use sprue goo.
Ah, Awesome. Did
Yeah.
you then use
Just
another?
having sprue goo makes you quite legitimate.
Yeah.
Did
Do you know what though? The consistency. There was no real online guide on how
No.
to do it consistently. So I'm pretty sure it's too thick.
Oh, okay.
Like if I give it a good old shaky shake,
Yeah.
it gets a bit looser. But I feel like I might need to start adding more
Just a little
plastic
bit more
glue.
plastic
Yes.
glue.
Just a little bit. It needs to
Yeah.
be. I've the stuff I've got is it's runny.
Oh yeah, mine's not running.
It-
I could turn the pot upside down. And
Yeah,
it would
no,
stay
no.
there.
Oh
too
god,
thick.
no!
That's
No,
too
no.
thick.
You've made plastic.
No, but there was quite a lot of like I didn't put that much sprue in, just like 2 or 3 sets. Like so.
2 or 3 sets of sprue.
Still with arms on.
Yeah.
That's just
Don't
like-
need that chainsaw.
No.
Melt
It's
back
basically
down.
full of chainswords.
Yeah.
Chainswords and bolt pistols.
Oh, that would be brilliant.
No, I made it using offcuts of
Wolf cuts.
offcuts of
Wolf
sprue.
cuts.
Offcuts
Every
of
now and
sprue.
again, do
you know what?
His language is hilarious.
I think it's I think so. When I am down in work,
yeah.
they sound like me. So I think it's like a Southampton Portsmouth kind of
Yeah, that kind of area.
twang,
Yeah.
which I think I've got it from. Which makes sense because we live
Yeah.
we grew up in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Or my sister certainly
Yeah.
did.
It's
I
just weird that it's hung on this long.
don't know. Oh well, it's your surroundings, right?
Yeah.
So really, it's all your fucking fault. That's why I talk. It's your fault
How are you blaming us?
because I talk to you guys the most.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm
So
I'm
you should
learning
have got
from
rid
you.
of this stupid way of saying "orf."
Wolf.
Demon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
The bloody extra D that you had at the end of demon.
Demon.
Where does this even
I
come
can't
from?
Even consciously trying to suppress it, it doesn't work.
It just doesn't.
Demon.
Oh,
I see.
Anyway,
He
that
does it
was a
on purpose.
wonderful little segue
It was.
to next month's hobby hangout.
It was.
If
I,
you-
I had a little thing. You
How-
talked about something being pretty, and I was like, oh, and you can see our pretty faces
Oh,
at
that was
this
a
month's
nice
hobby
little,
hangout.
That was
but
pretty good.
then you carried on talking.
So we forgot about last month's hobby hangout
Yes, we did until about
like,
literally an hour before it started, and I just rung Sam like, one of us needs to host. Let's go.
yeah. So I will put this in my calendar.
Yes, do it now.
Oh, hang on, that's not this month. So that's next month.
That's next month.
That's
Yeah,
next month.
yeah, it'll be
When's-
next weekend.
when's
will be
this
the
month?
September one. The last Sunday of the
The
month.
28th of September, where you can bring
It
your
actually
pretty
worked out
face
pretty well.
to somebody's axe.
Because the 28th of September, I was meant to be away for that weekend on a camping weekend, but that's now cancelled. So I'll put it in.
Nice.
Hobby hangout. What time does it start?
8 p.m. 8 p.m. onwards. Come and hang out with at least one of the hosts. Most of the time, there's at least 2 of us there. But, yep, you're always guaranteed one of us. It goes on from 8 p.m. It tends to bleed into the night, but we always guarantee at least a couple hours with our presence there. There's a good bunch of people who come every month, and it's great kind of catching up, but there's always space for more. So please do jump on that. We share the link in our Discord and on Facebook. So if you're on any of those groups and pages, you will see they invite, and you just click the link and it throws you into a Google Meet and chat away. You don't have to have a webcam, don't have to have a mic on. If you just want to come and join and sit in the background, chat in the chat, that's absolutely fine. Some people do that and then kind of build up to the confidence of joining us in 3D. I don't know what's the right words.
It's not 3D. We're not hollow.
I wish we were. That would be cool.
So
just visually join us.
I keep inviting you to things rather than Kelly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the recording today.
So I think your personal email is connected to the podcast one, because every now and again I go to sign something in and it tries to put your email and saved password into the account, and I'm like, I could just access Sam's shit.
Is it the Gmail? My Gmail?
MSN something.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to sort that out.
Yeah, you reminded me. I was supposed to mention it and I forgot.
I
mean, I've never clicked it, but
no, I mean, fine. I mean, if you want to look at my
I've got access to your card as well. So
yeah, you do. That is, we can't. You that's your problem. You need to stop.
I've fixed that. No, I've done that. That's fine.
Have you actually created your own fucking Gmail account?
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. My card is separate to that. It's because when I set up my phone, the first one I logged into was the podcast.
Yeah.
And so the saved card on the podcast is Sam's card. So I went to pay for something and realised that's not my card.
Yeah.
It was his.
Oops.
So now it's on my
I think it's a credit
personal
card,
one.
but it would notify me as well.
Yeah.
And I would be like, who the fuck is spending money?
Just every now and again, I'm going to buy like a 10p suite. Just so you don't notice.
Oh, right. Yeah, if you want to. That's all right. I'll fund that lifestyle if you want. It's just when you get that, like, I don't know, bad dragon email come through.
Yeah.
Or a charge come on my card. But what the fuck is this?
Yeah, what the hell is this?
Matt's getting a monster tentacle.
Woohoo! Anything to spice up my life.
Anything. Spice up your life.
Anyway, monthly hobby hangouts. Yes, there is one on the 28th of September. And the next kind of, I guess, one after that is October the 26th. They are always on the last Sunday of the month. Other than normally Christmas, it's a little bit different. And I don't know, if we forget, I guess.
If we forget, yeah.
It was very close, honestly. Not September's, because we haven't had it yet. It must have been August one. It was literally 6:30, and someone invited us to play a game. And I suddenly went, I can't because... Oh, yeah, I definitely can't because it's supposed to be a hangout.
I like how you started with, I can't, but...
Something had triggered in my head that I was supposed to be doing something. And
Yeah.
then I remembered that it was the hangout. But yeah, so we'll try and be better. But we are always there. We never miss them. I promise. The other big news that we posted a video up on our social medias that everyone should have seen if you're on those things is we have our next Hivani Prime event date.
Yes.
Which is 15th to 16th of August next year. We're working hard on the pack and the narrative and all that. At least the first bits of that will drop very soon.
Yep.
So keep an eye out for that. And tickets will be available before the end of the year. We'll have an exact date by next recording. If not, they may even be out before then. I don't know. Who knows? We're not that organised. It'll probably be mentioned next episode.
Yeah, it'll be mentioned next episode. We don't need to sell them that far in advance.
No.
Like,
yeah, it's fine. People have got the dates, and we always go with people who have been to the event first.
The last event.
Yeah, the last event. Get a little invite, and then we fill up with people who are on our social medias. So this is a great way of plugging our social medias. Come and join the Discord server. Come and join the community safe room that still exists.
If we kill it off, I could leave Facebook.
It
Put that
wouldn't
there.
be the worst thing in the world.
That's the only reason I'm on Facebook now.
Yeah, I think it's good to have multiple platforms.
Sure.
It's the real truth of it. But yes, do come. We really want to grow our Discord, get people in there, get people chatting. It's a really good place to be to find out.
It's better now.
Just different things, stuff that's getting posted by GW. Someone always posts up this week's pre-orders.
Yes.
And
Sunday preview.
Yeah,
Sunday
that always
preview.
gets talked about. There's hobby progress
Is
on
Heresy
there.
Thursday still a thing, or is that kind of died?
No, I think that stopped, didn't it?
Oh,
I don't know. I wasn't.
where's
paying
Heresy
attention.
Thursday gone?
I don't know.
Bastards.
Moved to Friday. No. But yeah, come and join the Discord. It's good vibes over there. Come and hang out and grow our community. We would love it if you did. After all that waffle, shall we move into our Legion of 3 segment?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, let's do it. Let's do it.
Neil can go first.
Cool. So obviously we're going to go through all of our monthly highlights and what have you, starting off with purchases. So I'll kick us off with Absolute Niche.
Yeah. Oh, well done. Being good with your
Good
money.
job. I mean, good for you.
Yeah. Do you know what? Until I completely forgot about the new Kill Team cards that I now have in my hand, thanks to Sam, who picked up my set.
We haven't opened them yet, actually.
No, I haven't broken the seal. But that's very exciting. So I got the 2025 Approved Ops card pack, and I also, literally yesterday, bought a Primaris Infiltrator. Yeah, so
one singular one.
One singular one, because I'm going to convert it into a Lieutenant in Phobos armor, because they don't actually make one anymore. They do a Lieutenant in Reaver armor that you use as a Phobos guy, because Reaver armor is Phobos armor.
Yep.
But I'm not a massive fan of the pose and the model. The original Phobos character is really, really cool. Stop sniffing your
Sam's
cards.
just getting high off his cards and interrupting Matt.
He is.
So
So the original Lieutenant in Phobos armor, I really like the model, but you can't really find anywhere for cheap because it's now OOP and everyone wants money. So,
where has the cheap eBay?
Where is it all gone?
I remember I used to buy Eldar for like pennies.
Yeah. Everyone's more clued up on how much stuff actually costs now. But yeah, so I found this Infiltrator that's quite nicely posed. It's just been built. It's not painted. I'm just going to take it off the 32, put it on a 40, and then add a bunch of Space Wolf gubbins to make him a bit more unique. And then away we go. I've got a Primaris in Phobos armor for my Space Wolves.
Oh, it's the one you wanted was the guy that had the
He's got like the gun up and the
bolt
knife.
rifle and
Yeah. I kind of like that one much more, but he's no longer available.
No.
Which is a pain. So yes, I'm making my own, and that'll be a nice little fun thing to do. So yeah, and I found one. I was following it on eBay, and then I got the thing where the guy sent an offer because I'm guessing there's not much of a market for singular models that you need 10 of to actually play them.
Yeah.
And so I got it for like £6.
Ah, nice.
So rather than paying 20 for a model that I wasn't that happy with, I'm going to make my own for £6 plus bits that I already own.
Cool.
So yeah.
Did the because you had the Space Wolf box, didn't you, when they went live?
Indeed.
Did that come with many gubbins? Because I remember you used to buy the Battle Force boxes and used to
so
one drop pod and
the
bottles.
Bloodclaw sprues and the Grey Hunter sprues have a ton of ammo pouches, knives, bolt pistols in holsters, like a ton of gubbins as I call them, and grenades and things. So my plan is to use some of that just to bulk him out a bit and make him wolfy rather than a standard Marine.
Okay.
But other than that, that's all he needs really. Like he has a few bits on the model because Infiltrators do have some, pouches and they have like a scoped bolter and aerials coming off the backpack. So he'll stand out like that anyway. But it's just adding those one or two Space Wolf bits to tie him in, as well as obviously the paint job will.
Yeah.
And then I've got my my little character who's just going to hide in corners earning me secondaries. Is the idea for him.
Well, someone's got to do it.
Yeah. Someone's got to get me points somehow.
Somehow.
I'm going to try this guy. What about you? What have you picked up?
So I picked up the Kazakin and Sanctifier's Kill Team cards.
Lovely.
Because I went on holiday to visit my parents, and I went to the GW website to search for all of the stores in all of the stores in Cornwall that sell Warhammer. So I then just did a tour of those, and then went to them and I was like, whatever they've got, like I don't want to just buy random shite that I don't need, but I was like, normal.
He says.
Normal, the normal kind of MO for me. So I was like, well, I'm playing the Matt's now sniffing his box.
It is quite nice.
It is nice. So I'm playing the Kazakins, so I bought them because I saw them. And it's not something I'd necessarily would go to buy from GW. And then I saw a box of Sanctifiers and their cards, so I was like, oh, brilliant, I'll pick those up as well. So I got those box Sanctifiers. And I have a dream of running a zealot or cult zealot wing of my Imperial Guard. So in Astra Militarum, you can have a priest, and he can be your warlord. In the faction, and he basically bolts onto a he bolts onto a unit, like every other HQ does, and he provides buffs to them. So he provides the he provides, where's it gone? I'll do it there. So he provides war hymns, which so whilst he's leading a unit, melee weapons equipped by models in that unit have the sustained hits 1 ability, because he's singing them into glory. And then Holy Piety. Each time this model makes a melee attack, unless this model's unit is battle shocked, you can reroll hit rolls. So each time this model makes a melee attack, if you're not battle shocked, you can reroll hit rolls. So only for himself. But the sustained hits 1 is pretty good with close combat units. Yeah, melee weapons. So I bought that model from when I was in Spain.
Yes.
And he's now painted up. Spoiler into what I've done. He's now painted up in Spanish Inquisition style red robes. So I had this idea to basically use the Sanctifiers box to make a command squad. So a Cadian command squad, and just have them look like
crazy
zealots and stuff. And then I was like, wouldn't it be good? Because all of my command squads and my HQs go with a Cadian Shock Trooper squad. And I was like, wouldn't it be good to build a Shock Trooper squad to kind of look similar? And then I was looking at the Shock Troopers and I was like, they don't look very kind of like religious.
No, they look regimented,
like an army. So then I started looking at other options. So I've also purchased 2 boxes of 10 Cawdor Gang from Necromunda. And also somehow a box of it's actually annoyingly covered. I can't read the actual name.
The Cawdor Redemptionists.
The Redemptionists, who are the Flamer dudes in Necromunda. And my intention is to make a kit bashed Cadian squad, Cadian Shock Trooper squad. So 20 models, 2 sergeants, a Flamer, a melter gun, Medicays, command with a Vox Relay out of those 3 boxes and the Sanctifiers.
You've got 28 men there?
I think there are 5 men in that squad. Or was it 6?
6.
6. So
26.
26 plus the 11 models that come in. So partly as well, in order to build and I'll get into it in Sanctifiers a little bit later, in order to build a full roster of all of the models and variations, you need 3 additional models.
Okay.
Hence, that was why I bought the Redemptionists, because
so
they can
make
be
them
the 3
into
additional
the
models.
kill team.
Yeah. So the idea being that the Sanctifier part of this can be utilised inside
your guard,
inside the guard, as well as inside kill team on their own and be a kill team. So yeah, I'm excited. It's slightly terrifying because I don't normally do this kind of stuff. And like the Cawdor gangs have, I think each box there are 4 las rifles, and 4 between 20 isn't
you
great.
must have spare though.
I have spares, and also Cadian shock troopers come with close combat weapons. So they've come with close combat weapons and las guns. So I don't need everybody to have a las gun. They just need to have a close combat weapon.
Yeah, you can put a las gun on their back or something.
Yeah.
There's a really great piece that I'll have a few of that are las. They're probably las carbines. That's the only thing. But they're in like a gun case and like almost like over the shoulder
Yeah.
kind of vibe.
See, I don't think that necessarily matters because as long as it's like
They look las-like.
they look las-like,
Yeah.
right?
They could be quite cool. Just add on to the back of guys that have got their combat weapons out, ready to punch or something.
And like the combat weapons in the corridor boxes are like giant ass spears.
Yeah.
Or there's some extra bits in the Sanctifiers box. I've also got the Cadian upgrade pack, which
cool.
has like 8, maybe 10 guns in that.
Oh, nice.
So like worst case scenario, I could just buy another one of those and give them that way. So yeah, this is going to be a 20-man Cadian squad.
Yeah, like
Cadian Shock Trooper squad. Going to be led by
choir boys.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking more like cultists than choir boys.
Sure.
But yeah.
A choir boy.
So it will be the Zealots being the Cadian Shock Troopers, the command squad coming from the Sanctifier box, and then the HQ that I've already got.
Yeah.
And almost forming a sect, a religious sect, part of my Cadian faction.
That'd be really cool.
So yeah, something different, something out there.
And you can get another Dawn and chuck loads of the little resin melted candles. You've seen those? They look great. And have loads of candles and little like things all over it. So it's like Zealot, Rogal Dawn.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
That's cool. Again, because I was looking at expanding the reason this kind of came up is I was looking at expanding my to 2K.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to need more troops because there's not enough as it is, let alone for a guard army especially. So I was like, I'm going to need another 20. And I was like, my current two blob squads, they just look the same. So at least this is something a bit different.
A bit more fun.
Yeah, a bit different, a bit more fun, a bit of a conversion challenge. I need to just sit there and figure it out. And then worst comes to worst, I'll just sculpt it out of Spruger, I guess.
God.
Yeah. So that was what I've bought. So just to kind of recap that. Kill Team, Kazakin and Sanctifiers cards, a box of Sanctifiers, 2 10-man box of Corridor Gang, Corridor Redemptionists, and then the Kill Team approved ops cards. They brought them out. They came today. So they came out. And as I'm kind of really loving Kill Team in the moment, I thought it's best to kind of get those cards and to play. So yeah, that's what I've purchased. Models worked on. Neil, do you want to go first?
Yep. And I'm done.
Matt, what have you worked on this month?
Brilliant. Good comedy. So I have built 10 blood claws from the box, the wolf box, and made 2 pack leaders out of those so I could integrate my assault intercessors into being blood claws because they're both chainsaw bolt pistols.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that was fine. They're like simple models, a little bit wolfy, fairly plain actually, which I think the reason they've done that is I've built the 10 Grey Hunters and they have much more kind of character in terms of like space wolfiness, the heads particularly, but also their bodies have more furs, tooth, amulets and stuff like that. And so I guess as you get more long in the tooth, as they say, you gain more trinkets and trophies and various things. So the blood claws are quite plain, which means they work really well with the assault intercessors.
Mm-hmm.
I actually chose to keep a lot of the blades and extra little gubbin bits off so that they would fit easier with the assault intercessors that I already had. So the mix of those is really easy.
Cool.
I've just got to paint them up now, so they're not mixes of grey and painted grey.
Grey and grey.
But yeah, so I look forward to painting the Grey Hunters up because they've got a bit more detail, a bit more fur to do, more faces, which although does scare me, faces and hair is not the easiest. It's an opportunity to get better at it. Whereas most of my blood claws are all helmeted. I think the new kits are more barefaced, but all my assault intercessors are all helmeted. So mixing them up, so there's a mix in each squad. What else have I done? So that's mainly it for the Space Wolves. Other than I did actually base coat and armor color my 3 head takers and inceptors and I suddenly realised there was a hangout coming up. I had about an hour, so I said to Jenny, I'm just going to go set up, and then quickly airbrushed the base coat on the 6 models, and then my armor color is done by sponging for the Space Wolves. So that's what I did on the hangout. Just did the grey and then mixed some white in with the grey, and then mixed a little bit more white in for the grey, and you just slowly put it in less places to get your highlight. And then I think the Inceptors might have yellow shoulder pads as well. I think I had a tiny bit of time left, so I just quickly put the base yellow on their shoulder pads. So it's good that they're progressing. It was nice to paint something again, actually.
I've really enjoyed it this month.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I could do this. Annoyingly, points changes has meant the Inceptors have fallen out of my 1,000 points because I don't have as much, because like Ragnar's gone up in cost.
I haven't looked at points changes.
Yeah.
How bad is it?
For the Space Wolves, the units I'm bringing, not bad at all, other than the fact that all my lists were so my 1,000 point list was 1,000 points.
Yeah.
And then Ragnar went up by 10 points.
Oh.
So I'm now at 1,010, and there's no enhancements, so it's like, well, a unit needs to go now.
Yeah.
So I took a unit out and then added the Phobos Lieutenant, which is why I then bought one on eBay. Because I was like, now all of a sudden I need this extra model to make my 1,000 points work. I also now need to build the wolves that you can bring accompanying the head takers. Because originally I wasn't using them, but now I had enough point. They're like 25 points.
Right.
So, and that's all I had left. So I was like, well, I guess I'm building these 3 wolves from the box. So by next month, I would have built everything in the Space Wolf box finally.
Oh, I'm now 40 points over.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
I don't think I've actually changed in points at all. I think we escaped unscathed.
Yeah.
And I'm very similar to you. I don't have many
No, there's not
upgrades.
It's not like there's a ton of enhancements that you can go, oh, that's 20 points, take that off.
Well, I've been thinking about getting rid of Ursula Creed.
Yeah.
And
she gives you loads more orders, though, doesn't she? Or dropping her to a normal Castellan.
Yeah.
No.
Or just uses the opportunity to no longer play 1,000 point game and then go up to 2,000.
Yeah.
I did do.
I have a 1,000, 2,000, and nearly a 3,000 list for my Space Force now.
Really?
And I own 90% of it.
I looked the other day at having my Kazakins, because I Kazakins and a Castellan going with them coming out of the Arvis lighter.
That would be great.
Because I was like, I have the Arvis lighter.
Why not?
It basically does fuck all. Like,
Well, it brings them in.
it brings them in and then just sits there.
Yeah. Has it got OC?
I don't know. It's a Legacies unit, I think.
So you can't use the app. You need a new recruit.
Which is the problem. But let me just double check to make
It'll
sure.
be a new recruit.
It's like in alphabetical order, but at the same time not in alphabetical order.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely escaped unscathed in these point changes. They dropped the points of the Praetorians and the Silent King.
They absolutely slapped. The thing is with the point updates, although it's frustrating in terms of, now I need to tweak a list, at lower points it does massively impact you. Because being 40 points over means you might have to drop a 80-point squad because of the way points work in 40k, and then you're 40 points under. So now you've got to find something that's cheap but going to be useful. And so it's a bit annoying.
Yeah. My list was called Facadia, and then my 2,000 points was Facadia again. And then it'll be Cadia for a third time. So where is he? Arvis Lighter. It's a Legends unit. 20-inch plus movement, toughness 8, strength 3, wounds 8, leadership 7, OC 0, armored melee weapon, armored hull.
Yeah, so just ram stuff.
Just ram into things.
But if you ram it into something, like you can take a wound off, you could kill a dude.
Yeah.
Like
2 attacks.
Again, if you were facing me, that's the kind of thing you would throw up the board and try and assault my Desolation Marines.
Yeah.
That don't want to be in combat, and you kill one dude, that's so much firepower that they lose. Yeah. Each guy with their super frag or crack is a load of dice or a load of damage that you're technically getting rid of with a annoying little thing that's flying around.
Yeah.
That I have to then shoot and get rid of so I can shoot the thing I actually really want to shoot.
What is cool is the aerial deployment ability. So if this model starts the game in hover mode and in strategic reserves, it can be set up in the reinforcement step of your first, second, or third movement phase, regardless of any mission rules.
Nice.
So it's coming in.
Have it in early, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
late.
Or late.
Having it turn up for turn 3 and killing someone off a primary objective would be quite nice.
Yeah. Yeah. No, cool. Cool.
Yeah. Where were we at?
Sorry, yeah, you were talking about your stuff.
I can't remember. Yeah, it's cool. I like the kind of just chat and it went on a tangent. But that's all I've done with the Space Wolves. In terms of Heresy, I swapped out 10 bolters for 10 melter guns. So I made a Mark 6 support squad for my Night Lords. The plan for them is they're going to be coming out of a termite. I do need to do some slight gap filling at the wrists, because although they are like for like, they are the upgrade sprue melter guns, so they do fit on the arms fine. But the wrist angles, because the way you put the arms and they didn't all perfectly match. So just a little bit of
Sprue
goo or liquid green stuff or something.
goo.
Just in the wrist, just to fill in the tiny little gaps.
That's what I had to do with my Blood Angels with the the tactical squad that I built, because it basically was just so like I really smartly sub-assembly built it, but then didn't keep a track of which wrist went on which on which arm set. So then there's that fun.
Yeah, so it did remind me that doing things like weapons, super glue, just to go crack right now. Those bolters are now melter guns. Whereas if they were plastic glue, that's a massive pain in the bum.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so and that's everything I've done really. Just built up the Space Wolves so I could play some games and started painting them, which was nice. And then the 10 melter guns for the Night Lords.
So I can't remember if the last time we recorded all of my Blood Angels were painted, but I don't think they were, because we then had the games afterwards and they weren't painted when I played Mark, so I don't think they were.
Yeah, no, they weren't.
So in the last month, I have every model in my Blood Angel army is now at least red.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I did the black priming, painted it red, did all the highlights, and then did the red over the top, including my Kratos.
Yes.
So
that was your going up to
2K.
2K. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we'd been playing 1500, hadn't we?
Yeah. So going up to 2K. And so everything is now red. And then as soon as everything got red, I put it back in the cupboard and I was like, absolutely fuck painting this now.
I don't want to do all that black again.
Yeah.
Nope.
So what I did is I went to the cabinet and picked up all of the characters for Astra Militarum that haven't been painted. So I painted my my priest that I talked about at the beginning. So he got effectively a black spray paint and then a zenith of white, and then I used some speed paints to give it the red cloak. I think I painted him on a hobby hangout.
Yes, you did. Literally from start to finish.
Yeah, just done it. Wanna. And then
you missed his chin. You put a photo up and I was like, I think you've missed his chin.
Yeah.
You just had to go back in. Just a tiny little bit of flesh.
Wanna. And then after that I also painted the Commissar that I had. The Commissar was originally purchased for my Solar Auxilia. Obviously, Solar Auxilia have not progressed or moved anywhere. I don't even think they're built. I think they're in a box or in a sprue. So he was built without his head.
That'll give you las guns.
Huh?
Use your Solar Auxilia las guns for your Cordor.
Hands and wrists.
And then you just buy a pack of like Volkite upgrade guns and make the Solar Auxilia the Velatara Storm section.
That's a very good idea. Yeah, okay.
That is a very good idea.
Very good idea. And it doesn't matter, the guns are weird because they're zealots.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Right, so I painted up a Commissar. Was the first kind of foray into brown leather.
Yeah.
Rather than it being...
Well, you've done some on your Votan, though.
Hang on, I'm going to get them because I feel like this might actually help the conversation.
Yeah. You've done brown on the Votan. Because I'm sure you were like, I've found my way of doing leather.
So that was using contrast paint, and this was actually using brown paint.
Oh, wow.
That looked like the most uncomfortable squat to speak into the microphone ever.
Good radio. He's at a good height for a fart now.
I don't just pull my finger.
So this is fantastic for podcasting, but I've gone and got the 3 models that I painted this month.
They look cool.
So here is the priest.
Yes.
I did on the thing. So he was mostly contrast. Most contrast because I picked up the contrast gold. I wasn't really happy how the gold came out, so I ended up putting a crimson red over top of it, like a wash, just to make it a little bit more gold. Gold. So
like gold.
yeah, so he was painted, and then the commissar. So it's
magnetized.
He is magnetized.
You went full work.
Yeah. The commissar isn't magnetized. Sorry. But so the leather, the coat of the trench coat of the commissar is leather. It's brown. So it's brown leather. It's very subtle, rather than it being black leather, because I didn't want it just to be painted black, how I do my normal black carapace and stuff. So I wanted it to be slightly different. So I painted that up. And then I was really happy with he comes with, I don't know the actual technical term for it, but the little bit of chest armor and back armor that you get. It's like the gorget. Is it gorget?
Yes.
Oh, cool, awesome. So yeah, so whatever the kind of nipple protection that comes on them, like a giant medallion nipple protection thing. So
tassels.
Yeah, tassels.
I now need him to have little tassels.
Little tassels. I'll do little red ones. So yeah, he was fairly. Is that what it was? Can you say the word again?
It's a cuirass, isn't it?
Yeah, spelled CUIRASS.
So he's got one of those, and I was really happy how that came out.
He looks really cool, actually. I really like the overcoat with the little armor pieces, and he's very understated, but has quite a lot of presence about him. Actually, yeah.
He's cool because the rules for him, if you fail a battle shock test, you kill someone and then you pass. He's not magnetized because I don't have any in that size anymore. I've ran out, so I need to do an order.
Yeah, I need to do an order as well.
Well, let me know because I'm just doing.
I want to work out how many I need for the Space Wolves and get all of them done, and then I'll move. When I move on to another project, I'll then magnetize those because otherwise I need like 500 magnets. Like,
right.
I'd rather just buy it in. Although I'll pay more in postage doing it. Like, I need 30 of those.
Yeah. Why not? So he comes with voice of command, which allows him to do orders anyway, which is cool. And he has the summary execution rule, which once we're about around at the start of any phase, you can select one friendly Astra Militarum infantry unit that is battle shocked and within 12 inches of this model. If you do, one model in that unit is destroyed and then no longer battle shocked. Because I was having a real challenge in a game against I want to say it was Ben or someone, of things being battle shocked and basically just ruining my time. So I thought, well, I'll put him in and then kill someone, they become unbattle shocked. He also has something called political overwatch, which is while another officer model is in the same unit as his model, you can re-roll battle shock tests taken from that unit as well. So it means that if he'll be with a command squad, which I have the officer keyword. So if they fail battle shock tests, if the unit fails battle shock tests, I can re-roll it. And then worst case scenario, summary execution, and then they kill it. So that's why he got painted up and put in. And then finally, I think it's called the Unbroken Kazakin model. Where is it? Yeah, yes. So it's the Unbroken. So it was an event exclusive model. And she has a ponytail, but they all look like men because GW can't sculpt women's faces. So this is the Unbroken. She is an event model, I believe, and the plan...
Isn't it a Warhammer Plus model?
Was it Warhammer Plus?
I think it is. Isn't it the one that Mike sent you or someone sent you?
Someone sent me. Yeah, anyway. So she is going to be a Count as Cadian Castellan. She's dressed up, or she is a Kazakin sergeant. However,
she'll go with your Kazakin unit.
She'll go with my Kazakin unit
great.
as a Cadian Castellan, so they can cast orders on them. And she blends in with the rest of the unit, but she has her own sort of presence and own role, because sergeants can't have power weapons, I think, in Kazakins.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
So it kind of didn't make a lot of sense. So yeah, it's there. She's going to be slightly different use for that instead.
Yes.
actually, that's a lie. Sergeants can have chainsaws. They can be replaced with a power weapon. But you don't get... anyway, whatever. I didn't want to use it for that. I want to use it for a Cadian Castellan. So that's what she's going to be used for. So that was the 3 models I painted this month. I have started painting my 6-man or 5-man Bullgrin squad. So the guys with slab shields and maces.
Are these in a list, or are you just doing the things you had unpainted and whatever?
They will be in a list because
Yeah.
they'll be painted. But the plan at the moment is for them to go with Ursula Creed because they
And
give
have her leave the 20-man.
have her leave the 20-man. But they have bonuses for close combat, and I've taken the shields that give them 1 extra wound rather than is it Bullgrin squads? I always get the Bullgrin and Ogrin the wrong way around.
Bullgrins are the ones with shields.
So where's Ogrins then?
Ogrins I don't think can take shields, but I might be wrong. I am definitely not an expert in guard.
Yeah, me either. Ogrin squads. So Ogrins have the big guns. They have the Ripper guns. Ripper guns. Bullgrins have slab shields, grenadier gauntlets, and you can swap out the grenadier gauntlet for a Bullgrin maul, which the maul gives them a 4 attacks, weapon skill 3 up, strength 7, -1 AP, 2 damage. And then you can either have slab shields, which gives the bearer an additional wound, so they become 4 wounds. Or you can take the brute shield, and the brute shield gives them a 4 up invuln save. Now, I've got a slab shield attached to all of them, so I'll probably take them as that. And actually, having additional wounds is more than the invuln save. I think the idea is that they all just stay with her, and they'll keep her alive, and she can cast orders to people around her. But it's just 5 rather tough ablative wounds. So there'll be 4 wounds each. So what?
Yeah, it's a lot to get through.
Like 20 wounds worth of models. OC1 as well, so they could even stand on an objective and just hold an objective. And they have the Wall of Muscle data sheet ability, which is anytime an attack is allocated to a model in this unit, you subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of that attack.
Nice, yeah, so they just shrug stuff off.
Basically, yeah. So having them surround her, in my mind, makes sense. So yeah, so they've started. They're going to be painted in the Cadian colours. So they're painted up blue in like all of the artwork, like kind of like the special units. What are they called? You know what I mean?
No.
You know the ones I mean.
Sorry, but
Special
no.
units.
Special units. The guys that are rejects from the Commissar School.
Oh, Tempestus Science.
Yeah, Tempestus Science. So they're kind of painted the same colour scheme as how Tempestus Science are made. So I'm going to basically make them in giant Cadian fatigues. So I've painted their trousers green. Sorry, beige, like the other guys are.
Okay.
And the armour is all green. And stuff, and the slab shields are green as well. So yeah, they're coming out really nice. Considering I hate painting skin, and a lot of them don't have shirts on or have massive arms. I'm sort of doing.
They have massive physiques.
They have massive physiques. It's kind of like you before you hit 50.
Yeah.
It sort of went on the downward 50 spiral.
It's always one joke about his age in the episode.
Has to, because then this way people will start thinking you're actually 50, and then I'll win.
Well, then they're dumb.
So so I'm doing like a Guilliman flesh rather than going down the contrast method that I've used for other faces. I'm actually going down the Guilliman flesh and actually painting it. So yeah, they're coming out okay. I'm happy with them so far, and they're on their way. But they will make it into a list. Anyway, I've talked about that. Other discussions, Neil.
Cool. Books.
So
I've just finished listening to The Regent's Shadow, which is a continuation of The Emperor's Legion. And it follows the same sort of idea of you jump between a custodian, a sister of the Silent Sisterhood, and a member of the Adeptus Terra. And yeah, it's another political thriller.
Nice.
It was enjoyable. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to sort of follow. Right, where am I going now?
Okay.
It kind of does go in. It's custody. It's sister. It's
Do you know what I find really
Adeptus
helpful
Terra.
normally? Is at the beginning of the physical books where they have the list of who they are.
Yeah.
Like they'll have like, oh, this is John fucking Grammaticus. He is a bellend. Or they'll have, this is Sigismund. He is moody. Like,
Each chapter, it's Valerian, it's Alea, it's Ject. So
Okay.
you know what the chapter is, but it's if you haven't listened to it for a day, it's who am I going into?
I barely remember my own name, let alone random fictional characters like in Audible.
I had that issue with the book that I'll talk about in a minute. But I started it and completely forgot that I got as far as I had.
Uh-huh.
So I started listening and I'm like, what? How? We're in the middle of space. How did this happen? And then I looked at the chapters and was like, oh, I'm on like chapter 7. I thought I was like chapter 1.5.
Nah.
Like I just had forgotten the first 6, so I had to go back and start again because it had been like 4 months or something.
Oh
like,
dear,
it'd been a long time.
And I've just started listening to Ephraim Stern. Yeah, the first heretic.
Sorry.
Not the first heretic.
Ethel Stern.
Ephraim Stern.
Okay, cool.
Heretic Saint.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah. Not sure where it's going. It's only a 5-6 hour long little short novella thing written by David Annandale. So yeah. And then just general watching of YouTube videos. Then John, not the Miniac because he's been doing other bits recently.
Yeah, where has he been?
He's moved. He did have a sort of like he was renting a unit. Want of a better description.
The Australian guy.
No, he's the guy from Canada.
Okay, that's not who I meant then.
And he's moved house recently, so he's got a new basement and he's moving all of his production stuff back down there and got rid of that. You're not thinking of Zorp?
No, I'm thinking of the.
I love Zorp.
I'm thinking of the guy who is like his videos are really, really like underlit, and it's intentional. He's doing it intentionally. Like he'll have like a single filament bulb in the video, and it's dark around him, and he's sort of like talking about making models. He's Australian. Literally. He makes like some fantastic fucking models. He does sculpting. His girlfriend does sculpting. People send him random sculpts that he paints up. Like I swear, like I had him on Instagram.
You're not talking about Jazza, are you?
No, that seems well too sort of trendy for a name like for him. I don't have anything on my fucking phone anymore, do I?
Outrageous.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that, Neil.
But yeah.
I'll find the name.
So Sam's going to continue looking, and I'm just going to hand over to Matt because
I carrying on is not the right word. As I said, I had to kind of start again. But the Hellwinter Gate, which is the third book of the trilogy for Ingvar, who was a Death Watch Space Wolf who comes back to the Legion, rejoins his squad that's been taking lots of losses, so they're quite small, and there's a lot of animosity between characters, and it's a whole load of mess. I'm not going to go through the whole trilogy story, but this is the book 3 that I've never read.
Right.
And it was, they did 1, and then the next year number 2 came out, which focused around Niall Stormcaller. And then there was nothing for ages, and then they brought out the Hellwinter Gate, but it was limited edition. I didn't get a chance to get it, and now you can't get it. So Audible, it's now out on Audible. So I was like, perfect. I picked it up earlier in the year. I have been struggling with it. It doesn't start very strongly. It's quite slow paced. And although it is Space Wolf, so I'm like, yeah, this is like my thing. I did find myself being like, this is just a bit bland. And I think I would have found it easier to read page by page and being like, yeah, it's bland, but just get to the next page. Whereas listening to it, it was bland, so I was then not really paying attention.
Yeah. And
then even though I started again, I was still like, hang on, how have we ended up here? What did I miss?
Yeah.
Because I tuned out. And the main struggle actually has been the audio voices. I think this is an interesting point to bring up. occasionally they can be really good by Black Library, and other times they can be awful.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with the quality. The problem I'm struggling with is where I read the 2 first books as physical books, my voice and mannerisms that I have in my head of Ingvar, who's one of the main characters, is very, very different to how the voice actor has chosen to make his voice. And so it's almost a little jarring.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of used to it, and that's what they're doing, and I'm mature enough to separate the voice I have for him and the voice they've gone for. But I found it quite difficult to start with because I was just like, that's not how he sounds, even though it clearly is how he sounds.
It's not how he sounds, yeah. Quite.
And I really struggled with that to start with, and I was like, wow. And I don't think I've come across that before doing Audible books, because I think every Audible book up until now I've read have been ones that I have never read before. So the way they did voices, and a lot of the Siege of Terror books where they did voices, I never came up against going, oh, that's not what Loken sounds like, or because they weren't overly acted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Whereas here you've got 4 or 5 Space Wolves who are all talking, and one's very low and rumbly, and one's much more high pitched, and yeah, it just Ingvar particularly, just for some reason, just didn't gel with me, and I had to kind of get over that, which then meant that I was spending time thinking about that and getting over that I was still missing bits.
Oh,
like
fair
just yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle. Like the book seems to be picking up now. I'm like probably halfway through. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is getting interesting and intriguing, and they're like trying to hunt down through back channels the ecclesiarchy that tried to wipe out a bunch of Space Wolves, and it's all like kind of in the shadows stuff.
What book are you reading?
Hellwinter Gate.
Okay.
It's part of a trilogy.
I wonder if it's the one I was reading.
No.
That was Gate of Bones.
No. But the next one on from Gate of Bones is the Wolf Time.
Yes, yeah, I remember.
And
you
they talk
mentioning it.
about a war between the ecclesiarchy and the Space Wolves in that, and it's part of their history. So I wonder if it's
there's lots of clashes between the Space Wolves and the ecclesiarchy.
Yeah. Who's the main protagonist in the book?
Ingvar is the main
side.
guy.
On the ecclesiarchy side.
Well, it's all at the moment. It's all like unknown. So basically, in the second book, he gets killed, not necessarily by a Space Wolf, but kind of by a Space Wolf. The ecclesiarchy, and they think, oh, we've avenged our brothers, and then it's like, actually, he was just a pawn for the real mastermind, and now they're trying to go through. They're like raiding Imperial ships and like stealing documents and transmissions, and they've taken like a couple of serfs captive and interrogating them for information because they're trying to go through all these coded messages to find the real perpetrator of their crimes. So it's quite cool. It's quite cool, but because of that, it's lots of talking and theorizing by the Space Wolf unit. And like one of them's just like, let's just go rip everyone's heads off, classic. And the other one's like very calm, and so it's really a character book of how this squad they hated each other in book 1. Book 2 was like full on war, and they just had to fight together. And now this is like they're now becoming a brotherhood again because of this sinister scheme that is going on that they're trying to solve. But because of it, they've run away from the chapter. Like the Space Wolves, like Najal's like, come back to Fenris, and they're like, yeah, bye. So they're kind of like outcasts and stuff. So it's really kind of just them.
We're gonna go this way.
Yeah. And it's I think it can't be anything linked with the Wolf Time stuff, because they are basically everyone's starting to muster around Cadia.
Oh, okay, so it's pre.
But it's building to the event of Cadia snapping in half and everything happening. Whether it continues and goes past that, I don't know if we're going to get a time skip or who knows. But yeah, I'm kind of working my way through it. I don't think it's ever going to be, oh my god, this book was amazing, because I'm halfway through and I don't feel that way.
Who's Ingar's guys? He's the Wolf Lord of what?
He's just a Space Wolf.
Of what company?
Onyx Squad, I think they're called.
Okay.
But yeah, so the Pat leader's called Gunlauga, who distrusts him a lot at the start, and they kind of have formed this uneasy brotherhood,
Okay.
which is interesting. And it's around, there's a guy in their squad called Balder who has got like latent psychic abilities. And in the second book, that goes crazy, and he's like stabbed by a Nurgle guy, and it's all like, is he plague? Like, is this Nurgle, or is this the powers of Fenris? And Najal's like kind of trying to work all this out, and then
Cool.
they run away from him. And that's how the second book ends.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been nice to kind of carry on the story and follow them, but I've found it hard to grasp. I'd really like a physical copy so I could read it like the other two. And maybe I'll be able to find one day, like your Heresy
One day.
books that one day you may find. But yeah, that's what I've been doing anyway in terms of other stuff.
Game highlights.
Mm.
Matt and I played.
Do you want
did
to talk about that
indeed.
game collectively rather than?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
So, what did one thing that you learnt from the game, Neil?
I don't play enough.
Okay, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely agree with that. I learned that things like stratagems
Mhm.
are really, really important,
Okay.
because I played 2 games in the same day,
Mhm.
2 very different results,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them I used my stratagems, and the other one I didn't.
Mm. And
um,
why-
Which one did you use your stratagems in, Matt?
versus Neil.
Yes.
What do you feel were the main reasons you didn't use stratagems in the first game?
It was the first time using the codex.
Yep.
And just not knowing them.
Yep.
And then I think what I've noticed across my recent 40k games in general is if I can get a decent first turn in, my wheels start turning and things start working. Whereas if I get quite battered and I'm on the back foot quite early, it's not I give up, but it's like I'm just thinking on a very basic, how do I survive and score points? And so I'm not thinking of the secondary game of using the stratagems and the abilities of units to get the job done. It's more just like, well, I need to run over there 12 inches. Like I guess I dumbed down my tactics just to survive, which isn't obviously a very good way of doing it, but that's what just naturally happens, which is probably because I don't play enough.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. And what do you think went well in your game, Neil, for you?
Nothing.
It wasn't one-sided.
No,
at
it wasn't
all.
one-sided.
It was quite a close game.
The usual grouping of an overlord and some I'm gonna say immortals. They're not immortals. They are Lich Guard.
Oh yeah, they were such a pain in them.
Are very strong.
Trying to get rid of Necrons is like so mundane and like, oh, just die,
Yeah.
die. I mean, I got an upper hand early, catching Neil unaware with a stratagem that allowed me to get into engagement range and get into combat very quickly, which worked really well. And I think I had better luck with my secondaries early on,
Mhm.
so I kind of jumped ahead in points.
Mm.
But then I just hit the wall of Necrons that I could not kill. And I think it was the last turn, like you scored something like 13, 15 points on like
Yeah.
one objective. And I was like, ah! Or with one unit, because he was holding a primary and then could also do a secondary.
Yeah.
So it was suddenly the points jumped right back up. And it ended up being very close in score.
But yeah, it's a case of, it is literally just a case of we don't play enough. And also possibly some of the units I've currently got don't really work for my play style. Potentially.
We had a little
What is
bit of
your
a
play
chat
style,
afterwards,
Neil?
didn't we?
I like to shoot things from range and then
The Tau way of
So-
fighting.
Have
But
we
then
thought
I've-
about playing Tau?
Nah, the Necrons are really good, and they're painted really well.
And they have survivability because they can get the fuck back up.
Yeah,
Which
that's-
for you is pretty good because otherwise your dice are shit normally. So
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't quite work how I originally thought it worked when I first started.
Mm.
It has been a learning progress over the last couple of years of, this is how it actually works.
yeah.
Let's make sure we do it properly.
Oh, were you cheating before?
I probably was. It's a bit like you taking 2 Vindicators by mistake.
I don't take 2 Vindicators, I took 2 Balpreds.
It
They're
was
not
Three
sorry,
Balpreds.
3 Balpreds.
Yeah, but-
it was only supposed to be 1.
There's only supposed to be 2.
It probably was. He took an extra tank.
There's
Yeah.
1 extra tank, guys. Come on. I swear this is like the never-ending number of Balpreds get added to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah.
9 Balpreds.
9 Balpreds.
Nothing
Took to the
Balpreds.
field. I asked
he was
him who
only
was
supposed
right.
to have 1. Yeah, I think
He was playing Tau, wasn't
It just, I think it's just a case of need to get some slightly different units in there
he? Yeah.
Mm.
that fit me a little bit better. Potentially.
Yeah, I think you were suffering from what I tend to suffer with, which is we have our wall.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. So when you get secondaries like getting your opponent's deployment zone or get to the corner of the boards or having those fast moving units and those units that can come in from reserve and just appear places, like they're so useful.
Yeah.
And just annoying for the opponent to have to deal with. And something I've been trying to adapt into my Space Wolves a bit more, because I think that's where I'm lacking that mobility.
Yeah.
But it was a very fun game. It was very close. It felt
was
good,
close.
particularly after my first game,
Yes, your first game. Yes,
which was a good game, but I just got murdered.
definitely
and just
did.
felt like I just moved up and died, which was a shame.
Yes. So, what did you think you did particularly well in that game, Sam?
I beat Matt.
Kill
You
me.
beat Matt.
Yeah, the score was.
Do you know what?
very high.
The first turn, for me, the main thing on the first turn was I killed his HQ.
Yeah,
like
my
turn
HQ
one.
and I deployed stupidly.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard to say, again, because we don't play that much nowadays, that I'm not entirely sure if the middle of the board was a bit too open. That's not that's why they got shot. I put them in a stupid place. I will be very clear with that. But there was a point where I had all my guys had advanced forward, trying to get up into combat, didn't quite make those combats, and then was like, well, I'm now just easy pickings to be murdered.
So what we did, and it's our typical way that we set up terrain, is effectively we have a line going down the middle of the table,
yeah.
which is open.
Yeah.
So, so Matt's. What didn't help is the fact that I got my Rogal Dawn in a position that he could see things, so he just stayed still and shot shit.
Yeah.
I have a unit that doesn't need line of sight.
Yeah.
There is some negatives to that, and I think they definitely they are negatives because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really do struggle to kill things with that unit when they're out of
Yeah.
line of sight. I have some buffs that I can give stuff with my scouts running around. Sorry, sentinels running
Yeah.
around, being able to reroll ones and that kind of stuff. So I think it was a combination of poor model placement or poor deployment because
Yeah.
I think I went first. Didn't I?
Yes, yeah, because obviously you put down unit by unit and then you roll off to see who goes first.
Yeah.
And it was like, I guess I just went, let's hope I go first.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the problems that I had may not have been problems.
What also
And,
didn't
yeah.
help is the fact we played on a 6x4 rather than the actual table size.
Yeah, so maybe I was slightly further away.
Well, it meant that the objectives get over here, get in this side, get in it's harder to do because you're elongating it by a couple extra inches.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of plays into it as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself. It's always a pleasure to play Matt.
It was a fun game. It really was. But I just felt like I just couldn't really. I didn't have an answer to anything.
What I did feel was, and I can't really speak too much to it because I did kill him. Is that your heavy weapons team? We have
Desolation Marines.
every gun under the sun.
Yeah,
Marines
yeah.
are just fucking stupid.
Nah, they're great.
I shot this, and now the auto grenade launcher on my backpack goes and does that now.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yep.
Right, okay. And yes, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But they're all dead.
Yeah, it is that kind of. Well, I didn't kill that much, but
Saved a lot.
I mean, yeah, I think actually what there was little things like I think their first round of shooting at the Dawn, I just didn't roll very well. If they get through to the damage, their D6+1 damage, you just do tons of damage, but you've got to get
You've
through
got to
to
get
that.
those hits in because
Yeah,
he'll take off one of the hits or whatever and give you zero
So
damage for it.
It was so hard to deal with. I just couldn't answer the Rogal Dawn, and it was the big problem. Like, the people are people. Yes, there's lots of shots, but I could have probably withstood quite a lot of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Dawn just was deleting units a turn. It's just got so many guns.
Yeah. Again, I think that might be down to a little bit about deployment and.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he went first and killed Ragnar and 3 head takers, just instant death. Then the next turn, my Blood Claws had moved up, scored some primary points
Yep.
to get me on the board, and at that point it was fairly evening points and everything else. But then they were right in front of the Rogal Dawn, so then they got deleted. My Wolven moved up, and then the Rogal Dawn overwatched them and deleted them. So it was like turn 2, the things literally killed 3 units.
Yeah.
Like, I'd lost half my army in points to that one tank.
I took I didn't take the blast template one. I took the
It's like 9
Gatling
shots or
guns
whatever
and stuff
it is.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was painful. It was really good. And obviously, like, the orders to give you the +1 to hits and stuff like that. Obviously, you played those very well. So I think it was like Sam has a measured list that works well and he knows how to use it, versus first time using a codex and just going, I'm going to run at him and hopefully get there, was basically how I played. And clearly it didn't work because it was an absolute annihilation.
I
was.
know we often joke about Sam and he has the finesse of a brick, but your strategy was all the finesse of a brick there, definitely.
Yeah,
which is great for an army that basically you don't move very much. You basically do like the whole sort of, you know, when you see time lapses of boats.
Tau. He plays them like Tau.
You know when you see time lapses of boats in harbours and they sort of like doing this. This is basically all I move. My guard. I ran over left a little bit.
Oh
to
yeah,
grab
you
an
got
objective.
a corner. Yeah, you got on the corner.
A corner.
Yeah,
and then my horses came in. The horses are the thing that moved the
most.
most.
They were really good. Yeah.
Charging with melter lances into things and
that was cool.
I normally charge them with vehicles, but you didn't.
I had the Thunderstrike, but it was in the middle of the board
and turn
getting
2
shot. Yeah, it probably was dead turn 2. Yeah.
So too close.
Yeah, it was a bit like that.
Do you want to know what is in my? Oh, that's not what I want to do. Do you want to know what's in my 2K? Now you've played them.
Yes, I'm assuming it's the 1K, and then other things.
Yes, so it is
3 more Rogal Dawns.
3 Cadian command squads.
Okay.
With 3 units of Cadian shock troopers. 1 Cadian Castellan with one of those squads.
Yep.
The priest with the other one of those squads. And then Ursula Cree, a commissar, with commissar with a Cadian Castellan and the Kazakins. They're all going to go together inside the Arvis Lighter.
Oh yeah.
Because no way they're running away. And then I've got a tech priest engines here to stand behind my Rogal Dawn.
To just repair hull points.
Ursula Crude with her Bulgarin bodyguards. Yeah, just shooting off powers at people. Obviously, I talked about the 3 Cadian shock troopers, so that's 60 models there. The Rough Riders, because they're great fun. The Bulgarins I've already talked about. The Field Ordnance Battery, they already existed. The Kazakins are going to go with the inside the Arvis Lighter.
Yeah.
Obviously, an Arvis Lighter. 2 Rogal Dawns and 2 Scout Sentinels. So only 2 Rogal Dawns.
It's not loads, it's 1 extra tank, really. You have all of that, right? Other than
Bar the Rogal Dawn. I have everything. So the Bulgarins will be painted up, then I'll paint up the Arvis Lighter, and when the Arvis Lighter is painted up, I'll probably buy the Rogal Dawn, and then that's 2K.
Yeah.
I think I struggled with lack of bodies as a guard player with t-shirt saves.
Yeah.
I think I struggled with the lack of bodies, hence why the additional 20-man battle line unit. I am thinking about dropping the horses. They're painted, and they do a job, but basically they charge towards the biggest vehicle, melter lance it to death, hopefully, and then die. So they have a job, and I don't particularly like one-trick ponies, no pun intended. So I feel like they're only 60 points, so get rid of them. There's not actually a lot I can put back in their place.
Yeah.
The tech priest, I'm going to use do you remember they did the Grendelson?
Yes.
Tech priest. I still have that, so he's going to be my tech priest.
That's cool
because I have the model.
Yeah.
And it'll be on the right side
known in
base.
the guard. Yeah.
It's known like he's just short. It's not his fault.
It's just a little joke.
Yes. Yes. Well, that'll be fun. I will run my Knight Lancer at those Rogal Dawns very fast to try and deal with them.
Is your Knight Lancer in 2K?
In my 2K, yeah.
Wow.
It's only 300 points. It's not expensive.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm
It's
gonna have
like,
to
30, it's like 30, 40 points more than your Rogal Dawn. You got 2.
Sounds like I have to get a couple of DDA Doomsday Arcs.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the massive guns on them?
That's the one
The
that
underslung cannon.
is the underslung
Yeah.
blast cannon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be very useful in that one.
Cool.
But yeah.
Cool. In terms of my other game,
Yes.
I played Mark at his 30k game, intro game. It was a good game. There were some decisions, like some silly decisions made. It kind of just felt we met in the middle and just stayed there the entire game, which was a little bit boring. But at the same time, it was the first time me playing Thousand Suns, and there's lots of magic shenanigans going on. I think the only thing that really kind of came up in that game, which is kind of worth talking about or mentioning, is that like leadership. I think I've played leadership wrong for the last couple of times, like failing leadership and running away.
All right.
And so we did it right that time, and it kind of felt more damning if things do run away, which is quite cool. So yeah, that was quite interesting. And then main thing is Castellax can't hold objectives
Unless various things. But yes.
Yeah,
As bog standard, yes, they can't.
which is good. Good to know. As their automator and automator can't hold. That was it. That's all kind of really talk about.
Yeah. Well, I have 2 other games to talk about, actually. So they're both against Ben. I played a Kill Team game against Ben and his Corn Goremongers. That was really fun. Very bloody. I feel like I did well keeping up with Ben's scoring, but he eventually edged me out by killing most of my orcs just in combat. It just reminded me again that I do really enjoy Kill Team, and I want to paint up the orcs. Like I've been playing them for the whole year, and I haven't even base coated them. They're like in their old paint scheme, and I've rebased them onto the right sizes, and so now I should really just get them. Even if I just get them base coated, they'll all look the same, and go from there really. But yeah, Goremongers are quick, and they run very, very fast and get into combat and have like blood banks that they can drain to get extra hits, and like they're a strong kill team at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
They're up there in the meta.
Sorry, did you remember to use your Wrecker point?
More. I was
Sorry,
better.
did you say his ones are up there in the meta?
Yes.
They are the top of the meta.
Oh, okay.
Like, they are the hardest kill team in the... But this was before the last round of kind of like... that they've just done obviously, they've released the new boxes and stuff, and Deathwatch is probably going to be up there as well.
Yeah.
But, like, they are the top army. They're like, there's nothing else kind of comes close to them with the ability to just go, well, I'm ignoring anything above an 8 wounds.
You can only wound them 8 wounds per, like...
Activation.
So like I did one of them, I shot them and I did something like 14 wounds. They're only 10 wounds each, and he's like, I took 8. You're like, okay.
It's like you melter him in the face. You're like, great, that's a really good shot, and it's like, well, I took 8.
Yes, and I'm still alive, and I'm about to charge.
So
I now can heal.
Yeah,
because I have a thing full of blood on my back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're a tough cookie. I did okay. Some of them I blast worked quite well. At one point, I did kill 3 of them off that had been previously injured from blast alone. So that worked really, really well. But yeah, he just was cutting down my orcs at too fast a pace and scored high on his kill grade.
Yeah.
And then he had that as his crit op, so then doubled that score. So that just meant that his points went way higher than mine. But in terms of the feel of the game, it felt very back and forth.
Okay.
I was losing, he was losing. And I think I was slightly ahead in the primary of the objectives. I can't remember the exact mission. But he just overtook by just murdering every orc that I had on the board other than one. So it was what it was. And actually, our 40k game kind of mirrors that.
Right.
It was. I think I played a little bit better. It was a mix of how I played against Sam and you.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a bit run forward, get into combat, and I knew because I was playing World Eaters, I needed to get the charges.
Yep.
Problem with this is I don't really know the rules of the World Eaters very well, and made some mistakes like shooting at a rhino that was full of World Eaters and Khan, berserkers even, and who then play a stratagem to get out of that rhino in my turn and charge me. And I was like, oh, now you've charged me, you get to swing first. Oh, my whole unit is dead. And that happened a couple of times. And at 1,000 points, you don't have that many units. So, yeah, it was very bloody. I felt like I held my own a bit better. Like against Sam, it was like 85-10 or something, like was the score. This one, I think with Ben, it was like 54-20 or something like that. Like I had a little bit more. And he had the 10 points on me because he was fully painted and I wasn't.
Who was?
Ben.
No way.
Yeah, it's 1,000 points fully painted.
I hate that extra point.
It is the best fucking rule that exists.
It's bullshit.
We
paint your army and then you can the only people that don't like it, people don't fucking paint.
Yeah. And he said actually when he played you and you won by like 11 points or something, and he was like, I still lost, but I would have lost by 1 point, but I lost by 11 because my army wasn't painted. So now my army is painted.
Good.
And I see both sides of it. I don't particularly like it as a general rule, and I think you have to be wise with when you use it and when you don't.
I mean, I would agree if it was people that like newly playing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Like I wouldn't go, oh yeah, you just
trying to
army.
encourage you. Like Caleb shows interest and goes, "Can I play your Tyranids because they look cool?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Well, you're 10 points out straight away.
You're 10 points down because mine's painted and you're playing
you
mine.
You guys have no excuse. Like paint more.
Yeah, it is partly that. I think again, it's times of going right. Your codex has just come out. The big box has come. You build everything nice and quick because you're excited to play. To then go 10 points under because your friend like wants to put that on.
The only thing I would say is if it is a new codex.
That's what I'm saying.
Normally they're bullshit anyway because they're new and they haven't been hamstrung yet. So it probably makes sense.
No, I mean the points differences. I remember Errata came out for the Space Wolf Codex before the Codex came out.
Really?
Like, they were like, we've fixed some things that we've realised are bad, and you're like, the Codex isn't even out yet. Bizarre. But yeah, so it was. I think I was table turn 3. I think.
That's all. I made the game go quickly.
Yeah. It was nice because we were playing at night, so it didn't go past 11 p.m., which was nice. But yeah, it was very painful and lots of charging and chopping.
Yep.
And blessings and his Demon Prince is a great farmer for stratagems because it's any unit within like 12 inches of it or something stupid. They can use a stratagem per phase for no CP.
Yeah, that's normally once per phase though.
Yeah, well,
like,
it's still gnarly.
yeah, like as in not the unit can only do it once. Normally that whole rule is
is once per phase. Yeah.
Okay, that's
but 1,000 points.
Yeah.
That once per phase and 0 CP, so you can use it for someone else.
Yeah.
Was
because Ursula
good.
Creed has the same thing.
Yeah.
I just don't use strategy.
Yeah.
Which I probably should.
Well, you use a bunch of orders, right?
Yeah.
So your orders is what giving you a load of the buffs.
But
I mean, I'm sure
imagine
good
the stratagems are pretty good apparently, but like fuck I know.
Who uses stratagems?
Do you know what? It's because I haven't got the little cards.
Yeah.
Like, no, I do have the cards. I don't have the little cards.
I think that is part of it. Like I'm having the codex open on the stratagem, like on my detachment page, so that I can pay attention to
Who uses the codex?
Oh, it's lovely. I love the feel of a codex. But I have been using the unit cards, the data cards that come with the box. They've been really, really useful.
Also, on the 10-point painted thing, it's the only way Mike gets points.
That's not true.
That one's for you, Mike. I don't think you listen to this because you don't like it when we talk about other stuff.
We're talking 40k games.
We are. So
you should be very much engaged.
Well done on your 10 points, Mike. Well done on 10 points.
But yeah, I think I'm just bad at the game and don't play enough, and that's been my problem with games recently.
Yeah.
I've just been making silly mistakes and not knowing others' armies.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't shoot the Rhino, I would have been able to charge in and not been countered in that way.
Yeah.
And that could have completely changed the entire game.
Yeah.
And it's just, one of those things.
Yep.
I am quite eager to play more than 1,000 points, though. I like it in terms of its speed because I'm not fast at gaming, but it just doesn't quite feel like an army.
Why don't you get your 1,000 points painted before you start going up to 2,000?
Yeah.
Because then you can get those
That
10
is the
points.
plan. I've started.
How many models are painted?
Are painted or unpainted?
Are painted.
In the 1,000 points?
Yep.
Well, like, I don't know. Like 30 something of them?
Out of?
50.
Oh, you're close then.
Yeah. It's only the units that I've literally just built that
Yeah,
are
yeah.
not painted.
But what's the excuse? You've had ages. You built those like, what, 2 months ago?
This month. I talked about them this month.
Yeah, that was like at the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
That's why they're not painted.
Because I just don't want to paint them.
There you go. And you should be punished for that feeling.
Yeah, apparently so. Anyway, we've waffled on long enough. That's been our games. We're going to take a quick break and come back with our Operation Kill Team.
Hi, I'm Neil, and you may remember me from such things as Who's Neil? My dog ate my hobby project, and Tau, fish or friend. I'm here to tell you about our Element Games affiliate program. So as you may know, running the podcast does incur some costs. Hosting and equipment are just 2 examples of this. To help with these running costs, we have signed up to the Element Games Wargaming Web Store affiliation program. This is where Element Games provide us with unique links to their web store, and if you use our links, then we get a percentage of what you spend, big or small, to help run and improve the podcast. The links take you to Element Games homepage or straight to the 40k products category. Simply shop from there. You can find these links in our featured posts on the Facebook Community Safe Room, on our Discord channel, and on our Instagram. Thanks for your help and support.
Hello, and welcome back to our Kill Team segment of this episode. There we go. That makes more sense.
Words, yeah.
Use that version. So, in this Kill Team segment, as I'm overly excited about the Sanctifiers, I thought we'd do a quick kind of thing around those.
Yeah.
So I don't want to call it a faction focus because I don't think that necessarily works for Kill Team, but what I've done is I pulled in all of the PDFs of people in the PDF. I've gone through it all and I've kind of added in like the kind of high level overview of them. So a Kill Team for the Sanctifiers is made up of 11 operatives. You have to include 1 Sanctifier Confessor, 1 Cherub, scary baby Cherub, Matt.
Oh, God.
And then you have to include 9 additional Sanctifier operatives, and they are a Conflagrator, a Death Cult Assassin, a Drill Abbot, a Miracleist, a Missionary, a Persecutor, a Preacher, a Reliquant, and a Salvationist.
There you go.
You can only include 1 of each operative from the list, with the exception of the Preacher, in which you can include 4. So your Preachers are your normal dudes.
They're
basically.
normal dudes. That's kind of cool that the Preachers are the normal dudes.
Yeah. So special rules. So the special rules for the Sanctifiers are Ministorum Sermons, and the Blaze special rule.
Oh.
So starting with the Blaze special rule. So I wanted to read the what it said on the card. So only in holy fire can deviants be absolved. With flamer and burning hands, the faithful purge the malignant taint of heresy. Love the word taint, of heresy. So some special weapons inside, basically anything with flamers, and also anything psychic that they do. Quite a few examples. Get the Blaze special rule. So the Blaze special rule is if a critical success is retained with a Blaze weapon, the target gains a Blaze token. An operative with a Blaze token takes D3 damage at the start of its activation, and its controller must then either roll a D6 and remove the token on a 3+, or subtract 1 from the operative's APL for the activation to remove that token.
Basically putting out the fire.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
The team also has equipment like Sanctification Orbs that apply Douse tokens, and then the Douse token allows Blaze weapons to gain the Seek special rule when shooting at the target. Basically, they throw grenades of Promethium at people.
It lights up.
So then it lights up a bit more. So it's pretty cool. So going over it again. So you do your weapon, you do your damage to it, and then once you do your flamer damage, you have the blaze token applied to you. When that operative becomes activates,
Yes.
you inflict D3 damage straight away. And then that person rolls a D6, and on a 3 up, they remove that token.
What if it's already been activated?
Then you don't do it.
So there's no point giving it the blaze token. You'll still shoot it, but
Yeah.
because I'm guessing, do they automatically reset though, or is it just their next activation? So does it bleed into the next turning point? Because then it would matter. You'd still put it on, but it just wouldn't affect until the next turning point. See what I'm saying? Because it'd be weird if you just remove.
So it doesn't say anything to cover that kind of like at the end of removal.
Yeah, I would imagine they're just
unless
there.
there's any rules that prevent you, like at the end you remove any effects, status effects, or anything.
I don't think so.
Oh, in which case it will stay on until the next activated.
Yeah, so it's still worth targeting a unit that's gone.
Yep.
But it just won't affect them till the following turning point.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the next up is the Sermon. So Ministorum Sermons. This is a strategic. Oh no, sorry. It's a faction rule, the Sermon, but it counts as a strategic gambit.
Yeah.
And it gives you select a friendly operative, with the Orator keyword for the battle. If you have a Confessor and it's not incapacitated, it must be the one selected.
Oh.
Any friendly Sanctifier operatives that are within 3 inches of an Orator, or 6 inches of the Confessor, is benefiting from the Sermon. While benefiting, operatives reduce normal and critical damage by 1 and can be the target of several powerful ploys. So the ploys are like, if they're benefiting from the Sermon, you can move them all you can move them all at once using a strategic ploy. So they're those kind of benefits.
They're hearing words of encouragement.
Yeah.
And
effectively, what this does is it makes you want to bunch up your dudes. The Sanctifiers work well being grouped together, unless you're a Death Goal Assassin.
I'm going to shoot lots of blast into them.
Basically, yeah, that's one of their weaknesses. So ploys wise, I go over those quickly. So the Emperor Protects, so it's a strategic ploy, allows you to reroll any of your defense dice, results of a 1 when a friendly operative is benefiting from the Sermon. An Ardent Eradication, so it's a firefight ploy. It lets you reroll any of your attack dice when shooting or fighting an enemy near an Orator. Unwavering Devotion is a firefight ploy. This ploy can be used to redirect shoot or fight action targeting your Confessor or Miraculist to another friendly operative within 3 inches, so you can deflect, basically. Zealous Persecution gives melee weapons lethal 5 during a fight action after they charge. And then Fervent Brawl gives melee weapons the ceaseless rule while an operative is fighting or retaliating and benefiting from the Sermon. And then finally, Rally the Flock allows operatives, excluding the Orator, to benefiting from the Sermon to perform a free dash or fall back action, but they must end their move closer to the Orator. So you can run them forwards, do this ploy,
And then force them back.
run them all back, so they get back into that bubble.
And they're not all have to be within that 3 or 6 inches, are they? Because some say if you're benefiting from the Sermon.
Yeah. So not
but
all
some
of them.
don't.
No. So not all of them. Some do. So what I've done is I've gone through and picked 3 of my favourites.
Cool.
Characters to go through. There are quite a lot as I went through the beginning.
Yeah, it's 11. So.
Yeah. So I will get the cards for those because I've got the wrong information. So the Sanctifier's Confessor is effectively your leader. No, he is your leader. He's not effectively a leader. He has an APL of 2, a move of 6, save 5 up, wound 10. So actually, he does have a lower. Well, no, same APL as most people other than the assassin. He has. He's effectively a supportive operative. He counts as the orator. So does the Sermon because it's the Confessor. It's a 6-inch bubble rather than a 3. So you kind of want him standing at the back, not dying.
He's kind of in the middle, isn't he?
Yeah, not dying mainly is the thing. So he has 10 moves. We've gone through that. So it's a weapon. He has the Mace of Censure. It is a attack 4, hit 3+, damage 5, both critical and normal hit, brutal and shock.
Nice.
His special rule is lead the procession. When this operative is an Orator, which it will be, and performs a charge, fallback, or reposition action, it can allow other friendly Sanctifier operatives who are benefiting from the Sermon to immediately perform that free charge, fallback, or reposition action as well.
Wow.
They must end their move while still benefiting from the Sermon.
Oh, That's crazy good.
So if I perform a charge, fall back, or reposition, so I move,
Yeah, repositions just move.
so I can basically take everybody with me
Yeah,
forwards
for free.
for free.
Whoa.
They're quick. They are quick, which is good because they don't have much damage, much wounds. The next one, special rules, he's commanding declamation. Once per battle, you can use this rule when an enemy operative within 6 inches of the confessor would perform an action. If you roll a d6 higher than the enemy's APL stat, that enemy cannot perform that action, and and if it was counteraction, it ends. So if you're trying to charge into me,
Yeah.
I can roll that. If I get higher than your APL, you can't charge me.
Most are low, like 2
Yeah.
most of the time.
So it's like, but I'm going to do it once, but it basically is a stop right there.
It's like, yeah, I'm going to lose the game if this charge happens,
Yeah.
or just before he shoots my leader in the face, I'm going to go, nope.
Yeah. So next up is the Death Cult Assassin. Death Cult Assassin, it's highly mobile and a lethal melee operative. It has a 6-inch move. It has 3 APL. It has 5 saves and it has 8 wounds. It is equipped with throwing knives, which are silent.
Cool.
Ritual blades and ritual blades. The ritual blades have the high critical damage of 6. So throwing knives are 4 attacks, 3 up to hit, 2/5 damage, range 6, and silent. Silent means you can't retaliate.
No, you can do them when you are concealed and not in engage order, I believe.
So I can just fire these off at people close to me.
Yeah. If someone comes around a corner, you can be like, shoom.
Yeah. And then ritual blades. Ritual blades are attack 4, 2 up to hit, 4, 6 damage. No other kind of special things. I have I have the bladed stance. When this operative is fighting or retaliating, you can use one of your successes to block an incoming attack before the normal order of resolution.
So I checked that I was right on silent, and I was. I did a little
So with this one, I can use a success to block an incoming attack before we start the order of retaliation. So it means that if we've got like a critical one, I can block that critical before you get to use it, which is quite cool. And then I have Trained Assassin, which is 1 AP, and I can change the operative's order.
Oh, so you can go from engage to conceal.
Yeah.
That's quite good. Well, yeah, a bit situational.
I think it's the other way around, right? I think it would be...
Well, it just says you can change. You can go either way. But yeah, you could go from conceal to engage. But I don't know. You would. If you knew you were going into assault, you'd change to engage so that you can charge.
Yeah.
So I see it's the other way where you can... Let's say you move out, you charge something, kill it. You can then spend an AP to go into conceal, which if you were behind a bit of cover, you now can't get targeted.
Yeah, good point.
Whereas at the end of the turn, you would have stayed engaged and I could shoot you. You'd get cover, but I could shoot you. Whereas if you conceal, you're hiding behind that cover, so I can't shoot you.
Well, that makes sense.
That's how I could see it playing out.
And then next up is the Sanctifier Salvationist. So it's a support operative. It provides healing and defensive buffs.
Medic.
Has 2 APL, move of 6, save of 5, 7 wounds. Its only weapon is the Soul Stave, which is a close combat weapon. It's got a giant Inquisition Eye Staff, basically. Attacks 3, hit 5 up, 2 to 3 damage. No special rules there. He has the Conversion Field. So when an enemy operative more than 6 inches away shoots a friendly Sanctifier within 6 inches of the Salvinish, it improves the operative's save by 1 and worsens the piercing weapons rule value by 1.
Oh, so if it's piercing 1, you
don't have piercing
don't get piercing anymore.
Yeah. It says say
That's pretty
also
cool.
on the card, note piercing 1 would be therefore be ignored.
Improving their save by 1 is nasty.
Yeah.
This is the guy you want to try and snipe out. If you've got a sniper in your kill team, you're shooting this guy pretty early on.
Yep. And then next up is Medikit. This is a 1 AP unique action, and it allows the Salvinish to select a friendly Sanctifier operative in the control range to regain D3 wounds. Medic, basically. So yeah.
Yeah, they sound really cool. They do sound really cool. I've got this image of them kind of, walking up in this blob, being brought forward by the guy preaching, and just bodies dying in the group, but they don't ever stop. It's just like this religious fervor that's like, don't worry about the guy next to you that now no longer has a head. We're going forwards.
Yeah. Like, and the other cool one here is the Miraculist, which is the woman in the robes floating. She's got her guns, which are psychic powers, effectively.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She has Holy Light, which is range 8 inches, devastating 3, limited 1, piercing 1, saturate and blaze. 4 attacks, 2 up to hit. Damage 4/3. But yeah.
Limited 1 though.
Yeah, no, basically you just run forwards and go blah.
Yeah.
And then you have Wreathed in Fire, which is also a limited 1. It's a blast 1 inch, wreathed and then blaze. So 4 attacks, 2 plus the hit, 4 damage. She also has Burning Hands, which is 1 attack, 2 up to hit, 7 or 8 damage.
What?
And
that combat.
Yeah, limited 1. It's close combat and blaze as well.
Yeah.
And then she has her fists, because once you kind of expend
everything else. If she's still alive at that point, then who cares? She's done her job.
Yeah. So Wreathed is you perform the shoot action with the weapon while within control range of the enemy operative. So if you're in combat, you then all of a sudden go, all right,
I'm just going to set everything on fire.
Wreathed in Fire, blaze token on myself, and blast marker on myself. So yeah, it's quite cool. And then Miracle, so this is the first time this operative would be incapacitated during the battle. It's not incapacitated and has 1 wound remaining. It cannot be re-incapacitated in the remainder of that action. So if you kill it, at least I get to stay up on 1.
Yes.
For the rest of the action.
Yeah, and if you add another APL, you can't finish it off with the same guy.
All remaining attack dice are discarded. Then this operative can immediately perform a free dash or fallback action, even if it's performed an action defensive performing dash or fallback action. So yeah, she can basically stay alive. It's a miracle. She's alive. So yeah, she's quite fun as well.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, they sound really fun.
But you're
Very
right.
characterful.
You're right. The way you play them is you group them together. So the team revolves around the Orator and the Ministorum Sermon. You must keep a tight formation around your Confessor to maximize benefits of the sermon, to move everybody together, to be able to use some of your reactions, not reactions. You know what I mean? The ploys. You excel at overwhelming the enemy with fire.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything wants to be on fire. So like a lot of the other weapons that people can have are flamers or eviscerators with flamers attached to them, that kind of thing. You should always get the Sanctification Orb, because you can then get douse tokens to then make blaze even easier to get off, which is cool. The Cherub is a key for supportive role with the incentivized actions, which can increase APLs of nearby friendly operatives by 1. This is pretty good for key actions, making it more powerful. It has a lot of specialized fighters, I'd say, looking at it. So like the Death Cult Assassin, for example.
Yeah.
The Drill Abbot is also pretty good.
I just got a picture of a dude in a robe with like drills instead of hands, just like rah!
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Not quite. Hang on. Where's the?
Have you got this box?
Yeah.
It's not in that pile though, is it?
No, it's not in that pile. Oh, where's the rest of that?
That was a very weird yawn there.
So the Drill Abbot guy he's like an old man in robes with a hammer.
Oh, okay.
You know,
cool.
Drill him in place with a hammer.
Does he hammer in the morning?
Hammer in the morning.
In the evening.
And then, yeah, I think from fighting them, it's keeping them all together, set things on fire, and then basically don't become in the open. Effectively, I think it's
that'll be interesting how that all
because they are humans, they don't have high strength, so they are likely to get like eviscerated.
That's where your 3 or 4 preachers come in, right? They're your human shields running up the board.
Yeah.
Getting murdered first, hopefully, while the rest of your more specialist units are able to get into position to do the most damage and obviously score objectives.
Yeah.
They sound really fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I look forward to playing them.
Yeah, they'll be built and painted soon. So
that's right. There's no unpainted rule, so I haven't bothered painting my Wrecker Crew.
Disgusting. Right, what we're going to do is take a break, and we'll come back with our spotlight, where we're going to be looking at a faction focus on the Space Wolves, Matt's Space Puppies. Let's see if his KDM? KD ratio? KDR?
Oh, God, awful.
Is going to
awful.
allow him to tell us how to play the Space Wolves.
I shouldn't be allowed to talk like this.
Right. brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key. Alright there, my lover. Sometimes farming is hard work, and I need a midweek break. So we started Mike's Midweek Hangouts, as a midweek haven from the hustle, bustle, and loud noises of the farm. These gatherings are held in Facebook rooms. You can join from the link found either in the Adeptus Terra podcast safe room or found in the Hobby Hangout channel on the Discord. If you want to get some midweek hobby progress in, why not grab your scrumpy and join Mike on a Wednesday from 8:30. See you there, my lover. Come on now, let's get together.
Welcome back. This is the Spotlight, and for this episode, we're doing a faction focus. This is our second one of these. Sam did the Guard Codex soon after it came out. It's been a little bit delayed, but the Space Wolf Codex is here, and I've had a chance to use it, so we're looking at the Space Wolves. We're going to start as before with basic lore. Who are the Space Wolves? A little bit of background, and then into their general rules, the detachments, and then we've cherry-picked some units. I say we. I have cherry-picked some units to cover and look at, and then we'll round out with a general feeling of the release, a point of view of a Space Wolf player who is really loves the lore of them and everything else, as well as two other guys who have been able to play them and have their feelings on new models, new rules, new things. So I'm interested to see what you guys think.
I guess my main concern going into it is always around whether or not they kind of neuter the Space Wolves so that they're not as flavoursome. Like, I think, and maybe talking out of turn, but I feel like a lot of the GW stuff that's come out over the last couple of years around Marine armies has kind of made them a bit more bland.
Interesting.
And the Blood Angels, if you think about the Blood Angel stuff, the amount of units they got in there wasn't that many, and I think kind of the same for Space Wolves. They haven't got as many.
There's not tons. I think it's 20, which a lot of them are character units.
Yeah.
But we'll get there. We'll get there, and we'll share our feelings.
It definitely makes me, like, in the current estate, want to play like Ultramarines because poster boys, mass support.
Yeah.
Like, buy one book rather than having to buy two books.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get going.
Anyway, so who are they? Well, the Space Wolves are the 6th Legion of the 20 Space Marine Legions. Their Primarch is Leman Russ, and during the Great Crusade, they gained a reputation as the Emperor's executioners and instruments of punishment. After the Horus Heresy and the reformation of the Legions, the Space Wolves were split into 2 chapters. The new Space Wolves chapter, which retained the name of their parent legion, while the second chapter took on the name of the Wolf Brothers. The latter, however, suffered from mutation and were disbanded/destroyed. Because of this, the Space Wolves almost operate like their old legion, with great companies that aren't the same as a stereotypical Space Marine chapter. The Space Wolves are notorious throughout the rest of the Imperium for their ferocity in battle and their defiance of authority, including the dictates of the Codex Astartes that govern the organisation and the combat doctrines of Space Marine chapters. They operate very differently to how other chapters do, and this is part of the reason why there's some animosity and strife between the chapters, high-ranking officials, and certainly the more zealous religious wing of the Imperium. The Space Wolves have a unique structure, and that is, rather than 10 companies of 100 Marines, they consist of 12 great companies of varying strengths. Each great company is based in the Fang, which is the Space Wolves Fortress Monastery on Fenris, and is led by a Wolf Lord who answers only to the Great Wolf, which is currently Logan Grimnar. Each great company is fully self-contained army with all troops, vehicles and equipment necessary to make war, as well as the spacecraft necessary to transport itself. They each have their own forges and customs. The size of each great company is unknown, but the Space Wolves Legion is said to be one of the smaller legions due to the curse of the Wolven genetic and the instability within the chapter gene seed. As each great company serves...
Also, I think especially after Wolf time, the fact that they can't seem to get enough... also, is it supplicants? Is that the word they use?
Aspirants,
there we go. They can't get enough aspirants from their own world anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's
a very harsh place, and a lot of them die before they can even see them.
And the process is quite long.
It is quite long.
Like, so they're obviously losing them as many more, and especially in the current 40k climate where I think Orcs is attacking the Fenrisian space at the moment. In Wolf time, it is certainly anyway.
The last I know of, it was all the Thousand Suns. Demon Magnus came back, warp risks everywhere, craziness, and the Dark Angels were involved, and that was the last thing that I really read. Yeah, which I can't remember what the name of the campaign books were, but there was a campaign book series of 8th, 9th, whenever that was. So it may now be Orcs. I remember there being the story of Ragnar's kind of being pipped to be the new anti-Gazgul character because they've not done anything with Yarick. And so maybe that's having an effect there. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder. I think the challenging thing with certainly the new 40k lore is where it sits amongst all this other stuff. So like Wolf Time, for example, is post Rift, pre Crusade.
Yeah.
Indominus Crusade. So it depends on where Magnus coming back fits in that timeline.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whether Magnus came before the Rift or after the Rift.
Yeah, I think it's before.
Oh, okay. So then at this point, they're post-Rift on their own, patrolling their own space, defending against Orcs from evading kind of warbands and stuff. But they definitely in that book make it out like the Space Wolves are dwindling in number.
Yeah. Because
that's why when they say about the Primaris, like we've got 10,000 Primaris Marines, like I think they even say they're down to like the last 1,000.
Yeah.
Like Space Wolves. And they're like, we've got 10,000 Primaris Marines sitting here waiting to go that have your gene seed in there, and that's why I really struggled with it in the book, or had struggled with it in the book, because Logan Grimnar's like, we don't need your fucking pity, and you're like, you kind of do,
like kind of basic pride that they've been written with, which is frustrating as a Space Wolf fan as well, because you're a bit like, they are known to be quite tactical and strategic as well. So you'd think maybe I can use this, and I know they again in the lore, and maybe it's in the Codex. I can't remember where I read it, but like Ragnar is one of the very first Wolf Lords who's like, okay, come in, and after he starts accepting them, and he then suggests that they take the same trials that the aspirants would do, then other Wolf Lords were like a bit more open to it, and that's how they get kind of brought in.
Do you know what it feels like? It feels like a bit of a metaphor for old guard 30k players with like new additions. Wow, it's the worst thing in the world. Go away, we don't need it. Like, we're gonna make our own game. We're gonna carry on playing second. Wow.
That's a random attack just thrown into the Space Wolf floor there.
It's not an attack, it's a truth bomb.
Ah, I see. But talking about reinforcements and how that all works, each squad in a one of these great companies are very unique, because it rarely, if ever, will receive reinforcements, making the higher level squads smaller in number compared to the lowest Bloodclaw packs. By the time that Bloodclaw squads reach the level of Grey Hunters, normally only 9 or 10 are left. This promotion is arguably the most important the Space Wolf will ever receive, because it also welcomes him into the folds of the Brotherhood. So like Bloodclaws are kind of like, you're the new aspirants, you're like blood hungry and bloodlusty, and until you deal with that, frankly, you're annoying teenagers. We don't really accept you into the chapter yet. And it's not until you're kind of battle hardened and you've calmed down a little bit, you then become a Grey Hunter, and then now you're my brother, which is very fractious way of operating a Space Marine chapter, but that be the Wolves. As they age, further losses limit the squad sizes of Longfangs down to like 5 or less, And even further, a pack of Longfangs will slowly diminish until only one remains, the lone wolf. Now, lone wolves can be created at any stage of the training and categorization, but they often are, the lone guard of the grizzled veteran that survived through everything and now seeks warfare on his own. Unfortunately, there's no way of playing lone wolves anymore, which is really, really sad. But anyway, it's beside the point. Special cases may be made in certain or even dire circumstances to this whole way of running their squadrons. In some situations, reinforcements may be sent to current campaigns as reinforcements, but then they end up staying together, and so two packs mould into one. Likewise, if a Wolf Lord deems an individual worthy and the rest of his pack is not, he may elevate that wolf from Bloodclaw to Grey Hunter and then put them in a new Grey Hunter squad, rather than promoting the whole pack, which is what often happens. This is very rare and doesn't happen very often at all, but is known amongst the Space Wolves. Since the introduction of Primaris Space Marines, the Space Wolves under Logan Grimnar have begun to reorganize themselves to accommodate these new warriors. Many of their Fenrisian titles take up roles dictated in the revised Codex Astartes. For example, Grey Hunters now take up the role of suppressors, and Wolf Scouts serve as eliminators. In this way, Grimnar has blended the ancient customs of Fenris with the changes sweeping the Adeptus Astartes. Reluctantly, but he has started doing it. Though undeniably loyal to the Emperor, the Space Wolves are known for their fiercely anti-authoritarian behaviour. They strongly resist the central command structure of the Imperium. They hold a particular disdain for the Inquisition, in part due to the organisation's purge of Imperial citizens that survived the First War of Armageddon. This culture was in stark contrast to the Space Wolves, who during the Great Crusade and Horus Heresy were where they were known as the sanction of the Emperor, unquestionably carrying on his orders regardless of what it might be. After the Battle of the Alaxis Nebula during the Heresy, Leman Russ decided upon forging his own path for the Wolves and started being a bit more critical of orders that he received. Of all the Adeptus Astartes, the Wolves of Fenris regard themselves as the Imperium's ultimate weapon and are proud of it. Where other chapters, such as the Ultramarines, were made to build empires, the Wolves were made to murder them and to destroy anyone who opposes the Emperor's will, including other Astartes. The Wolves are almost as renowned for their passion for eating, drinking and storytelling when not engaged in battle. They enjoy boisterous feasting, eating enormous amounts of meat and guzzling Mjord, which is a liquor so potent that it will eat through the guts of a normal human. To many outsiders, the Space Wolves appear barbarous and lacking in self-control, but in reality it takes a great deal of discipline and focus to be as dangerous and capable of anything as the Space Wolves are. Their original, unique and effective organisation seems not to hinder them at all, but instead allow them to give the operational freedom that's needed to achieve the most dangerous loyalist chapter. Obviously, this is very biased. No. The Space Wolves apply great attention to planning, coordination of their packs, movement in battle, and the encirclement of their prey so they can get a clean kill. And that's the Space Wolves in a nutshell. Was that you miming that? Help, I'm in a nutshell.
Indeed.
So to go over some core rules before we jump into the detachments, it's worth mentioning they have a cool narrative rule that's called Curse of the Wolven, which is basically their wolf units and wolven units are OC0 unless they are within 6 inches of a character or 12 inches of a wolf priest. When I say character, that has to be a Space Wolf character, not an Astartes character.
Yeah.
So if you have a Justicar in your army, he doesn't give this buff to the Wolven and the Wolves. It has to be a Space Wolf character. And if it's a vehicle, so like the Wolven Dreadnoughts, they get OC3, which is quite cool. Along with this, Space Wolves gain Oath of Moment from the Space Marines Codex. However, regular Space Marine characters cannot lead Space Wolf units, and vice versa for the Space Wolf characters. So you can't have Logan Grimnar with a standard unit of Space Marine Terminators. It must be Wolfguard. And you can't have a Apothecary join a Grey Hunter squad. It needs to be a Wolf Priest. So I quite like that limitation, and it kind of forces you. And to be honest, when you look at the rules, the Space Wolf characters with the Space Wolf units give the buffs that you're going to want in your force. So I quite like that they wrote that in there, because I think that's not there for the Blood Angels. The Blood Angels, you can have the Marine characters join Death Company. And I could be wrong, but I think this is one of the first ones where they've gone, no, Space Wolf characters can only go with Space Wolf units, and Marine characters can only go with Marine units.
It's like Space Wolves first.
Yeah, and I think it adds some of that flavour that you were saying they seem to have taken away from some things. Yeah, I think this is a way of putting that back in.
Do you think, as a Space Wolf player, you should not be allowed, but you should take any non-Space Wolf specific units?
Yeah, I think you have to if you want to play.
No, not because you have to.
Well, my point is there's no long fangs anymore.
Right.
So if I want heavy weapons, I have to take Marines.
Yeah.
Like, there's no question.
It's just a shame, right? Because you're going to have these really great personalized, like, wolf claws or blood claws or whatever, and then have like basic bitch looking non-space marine,
I guess
non-space wolf units.
That's where you look to the new sprues and go, right, I'm going to take these.
Have they done an upgrade
trinkets.
set yet?
I'm sure there is one. Yeah, I don't have one. But just the new Primaris Blood Claws and Grey Hunters, which we will talk about further into this faction focus. There's so much extras that are wolfy in those sets that you could easily go back to your standard Marine units and add them to them, and make them more blingy if you wanted to.
Okay.
I haven't bothered. Like, my Desolation Marines are just standard Desolation Marines. I mean, they are slightly converted just to look a little bit less crazy weird.
Yeah.
But I haven't bothered chucking any extra gubbins on them. But they're in the Space Wolf colours. They've got Space Wolf transfers. They fit to the unit quite well, in my opinion. So I don't think it's too bad.
Right.
But it's a consideration for sure. Right. We're going to go into the detachments. There is a general rule across all these detachments. They're all called sagas, and there is a saga mechanic. And I'm sharing this now so we don't have to say it 3 times. Sagas for each detachment have a lesser power that you kind of get, and then once completed, you get the full buff across the army. And each saga has a different challenge to complete. So there are 3 different detachments. There's Saga of the Bold, Saga of the Hunter, and Saga of the Beastslayer. And we're going to take one each. And Sam's going to start us off with Saga of the Bold.
Saga of the Bold is a hero hammer detachment for the Space Wolves. At the start of the game, all of its rules are limited to characters and units they lead. So having a bunch is useful to give it buffs across the force. That is 40k now, though, isn't it? It's like, you have like 1 billion characters.
Yep.
Basically how I used to play Elder. Playing this detachment is going to have 2 stages. Early turns when you work to set up successful completion of your boasts. Playing this attachment is going to have 2 stages. Early turns, where you work to set up successful completion of your boasts. Then you get more consistent damage. Then you can get more consistent damage across your whole army. Yes. Right.
So the way this works, like it says, it's hero hammer. It's characters leading squads. Those squads have boasts to complete.
Right. Okay.
And then if you complete, I think it's depending on the size of your game, like 2, 3, 4. And it will come up in a minute. Once they're completed, then the whole force will get the buff.
Right, okay. So, the detachment also rewards players that want to go big with some of their units. Large squads led by inspiring champion player play better here than anywhere else in the codex. The detachment rule, hero all, allows you to reroll one hit roll, one wound roll, and one damage roll each time a Space Wolf character unit is selected to shoot or fight. If your saga is completed, any Adeptus Astartes unit can reroll one hit, wound, damage roll when selected to shoot or fight. The Saga of the Bold activates each time a Space Wolf character unit from your army completes one of a list of 4 actions. Each time they do, that unit achieves a boast, hence 3, and once 3 or more different boasts have been achieved, your saga is completed.
Yes.
Your hide as a trophy. The unit is destroyed. That unit destroys your Oath of Moment target. Slay them all. That unit destroys your Oath of Moment target, and that is the second Oath of Moment target destroyed by the unit in this battle. Overrun their position at the end of each of either player's turn. That unit is wholly within your opponent's deployment zone. Hold the line from the second battle round onwards. At the end of your command phase, that unit is within range of an objective marker you control that is not within your deployment zone. This is all pretty similar to the Champions of Rust Index detachment, but there's a positive, subtle change to be aware of. There's no delay on the saga completing once 3 boasts are met. That can be very powerful if you can set to complete either your hide as a trophy or slay them all with your first unit that shoots or fights in a phase, as then the rest of your army gets the rerolls. While the detachment rule only cares about you achieving 3 different boasts, there's nothing stopping your units from achieving boasts that have already been done by others. This matters for the enhancements, several of which care about boasts being completed. So a highlighted enhancement from the detachment. So Braggart's Steel is 20 points. This gives Space Wolf characters 2+ strength on their melee attacks, and if their unit achieves 1 or more boasts, they get +1 damage as well. This can be very tasty due to the boasts being able to be achieved multiple times. All you have to do is move a battle leader with some head takers to stand on your natural expansion objective turn 1. Then boom, turn 2 onwards, you've got strength 10, 3 damage, thunder hammer on a support character.
It's very tasty.
One highlighted stratagem from the detachment would be a Champion of Guidance, 1 CP. This is used in the shooting or fight phase to give full hit rerolls for a Space Wolf character unit. And then that Saga of the Hunter is Neil's.
Yeah.
So that sounds fine. It sounds way complicated to track.
Yeah.
Like, you need tokens. You need something here to help you know what fucking thing is going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in some ways you just need to know how many boasts have been done. But one unit can't just do them all.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go, I killed a unit, I killed a unit, I killed a unit, I killed a unit. It
Yeah.
has to be 3. But you only need 3 boasts or 2 boasts or 4 boasts, depending on, I think it's 4 for 3,000 points, 3 for 2,002. So you can get it quite quickly. And then once you've got it, your whole army has reroll hits or wounds or like whatever the other roll was. Can't remember.
Yeah. Oath of Moment. Could you just go over that rule for Space Marines?
Oath of Moment, you basically choose a unit in the enemy army, and that turn you get to reroll hits against it.
Right. So if all of those, all 4 sagas, 2 of them focus on Oath of Moment targets.
Yep.
So you could only kill 1 Oath of Moment target per turn, right?
Yeah.
So you can't achieve both of those sagas in 1 turn.
No, but you could move on to an objective that's not in your deployment zone
Yeah.
and kill an Oath of Moment unit that was on it,
Yeah.
and that earns you 2 boasts.
And the boasts aren't predetermined that unit has to achieve this. It's just
Nope.
if you achieve any of these
Yes.
4 in this combination, then
It
you
counts
get a
as
boast.
an achievement.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not that hard to do, but it is a little bit like, oh god, where am I going? What am I doing? And again, because only units that have a character attached to them can achieve them, you want a bunch of characters in units. Like, that's just what your army will be. So this is the standard like Logan Grimnar one.
Yeah.
Even in the pictures in the codex, it's all Logan Grimnar, Terminators, like, wolf priests with blood claws and stuff like that.
Okay.
You didn't use Oath at the moment against me.
No, I haven't used it once. I keep forgetting that I actually get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Fair
me bad player.
Fair enough. Right, so next up we have got Saga of the Hunter. So the Saga of the Hunter detachment encourages you to bring huge howling hordes of warriors to overwhelm the opposition. This is a horde infantry style detachment and is potentially one-dimensional, and potentially could be the weakest one in the book.
Yeah, it does. Most people online are like, yeah, just to avoid this one, unless this is your style of playing, basically.
Yeah. So detachment rule: Pax Quarry. For Pax Quarry, each time a model in a Space Wolves unit from your army makes a melee attack that targets an enemy unit, if that enemy unit is within engagement range of one or more other Adeptus Astartes units from your army, or if the attacking unit contains more models than the enemy unit, you get +1 to hit rolls and +1 to wound rolls as well if your saga is completed. Cool.
Yes.
The Saga of a Hunter gives you a quarry tally, which at the start of the first battle round is 0. Each time an Adeptus Astartes unit from your army fights, you get +1 to your quarry tally for each enemy unit destroyed by those attacks.
Yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. Sorry, the Saga of the Bold, slightly different. But carry on.
The saga is completed when your quarry tally is greater than the number in the table. So 2 for incursion, 3 for strike force, or 4 for onslaught.
Yes.
The actual effect here is powerful. Everyone loves a buff to hit and wound rolls, but it only applies to Space Wolves units that benefit, not generic Adeptus Astartes that you might have in addition. And it also then means you might overcommit into combats themselves.
Yeah, because that's how you achieve it, right? You've got to destroy them in melee to get the tallies. And you need to outnumber them or have 2 units go into 1 unit to get the quarry token anyway.
Yep. Okay.
So it is very get into a combat, outnumber your opponent, kill them. That's a point.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very Space Wolvy.
It fits the bill, but it's a particular wing of the Space Wolves that I just doesn't interest me that much.
Fair enough. Okay, so a highlighted enhancement from this detachment is Swift Hunter for 20 points. Space Wolf models only, and models in the Bearers unit get Scout 7 inches.
So just get you out of the board nice and quick.
Stratagem from this department. Stratagem from this detachment. Bounding Advance. A strategic ploy at 1 command point. And you can use it in either the movement phase or your charge phase. And you pick 1 Space Wolf infantry or beast unit from your army that hasn't moved yet or declared a charge this phase, and until the end of the phase, models in that unit can move through non-Titanic models when making a normal, advance, fallback, or charge move.
So I've seen this used with Thunderwolf Cavalry because they're beasts.
Yep.
And so you've got them in front of a little screener unit, like let's say Necron Scarabs.
Yep.
And behind them is a nice, tasty character or, a squad of Immortals, whatever. You can use this stratagem to just walk straight through the Scarabs as long as you don't end within engagement range. And then you can have a lovely charge into something else. Or use it for your charge phase and use it as a charge.
Fair enough. No.
So it's just a nice way of getting around those screening units that are in the way.
Quite handy.
I don't know how much it would work with infantry, though, because you haven't got much movement. So you would have to be very close to that unit.
Yeah.
I imagine it might help with not having to skirt round a unit, where you need an extra couple of inch charge because you don't want to get within it. You can't get in within engagement range of that front squad. Whereas if you use that, it doesn't matter. But other than that, there's not that much movement in an infantry.
No.
So I don't know. It's a bit of an interesting one. And lastly, we have Saga of the Beast Slayer. Saga of the Beast Slayer means that almost any target is fair game, and the stratagems further enhance your capability to kill stuff. Anytime when the meta is heavy with vehicles and knights, this detachment will be a good option. It's also the one with the least restrictions on regular Astartes units, befitting from the rules. So if you've got mostly Space Marine collection with a few Space Wolf units and you're slowly kind of transitioning across, then this is a great place to start. The detachment rule is called Legendary Slayers. In Saga of the Beast Slayer, all your Adeptus Astartes units have lethal hits when targeting a character, monster, or vehicle unit. At the start of the battle, you count up the number of units from your opponent's army with one or more of those keywords, half it, and round up if you need to, and that creates your Beast Slayer target. Once you've destroyed that number of units with those keywords equal to or greater than your target goal, then all of your units have lethal hits against everything. Although it's a great rule, the Saga is probably the hardest of the three to complete, but you don't overly care about that because in general the things you really want lethal hits against are the things you get it straight away: monsters, vehicles, and obviously characters. A highlighted enhancement from this detachment is Wolf Touched. It's a personal favourite of mine. It's 15 points, and it allows a Space Wolf's character to lead a Wolven infantry unit, and it gives them the +2 movements they can keep up, basically, because Wolven move 9, whereas regular Space Marines would move 7 for the Space Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of keeps them up, and they can lead the Wolven unit. So that Wolven unit instantly gets OC because there's a character present with them, and it adds some punching power to the Wolven. Or the Wolf Priest. If you put the Wolf Priest with them, he can heal the Wolven, which is quite a nice way of trying to keep them alive as well. So that's quite a cool one. And lastly, for the detachment, a highlighted stratagem is Thunderous Pursuit, which is 1 CP. This gives you a reactive move of D6 for any Astartes unit, or a flat 6 inches for Space Wolf's infantry or Thunderwolf cavalry when an enemy unit finishes a normal, advance, or fallback move within 9 inches of your unit. So it's just a little bit more mobility to get you either closer or further away when an enemy comes close. I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience of playing one detachment. So when we do these faction focuses, we say to whoever's leading it that they need to play at least 3 games playing one of the detachments. I chose Saga of the Beast Slayer mainly because in 40k I've always struggled with dealing with vehicles, and this is a way of giving me lethal hits against those vehicles. So that's the why I initially chose Saga of the Beast Slayer over the other 2. The army, I played 3 games at 1,000 points. I talked about them in the first segment a little bit. But the army has literally just changed because points changed. But I'll go through the army I played with before the points changed. So it was Ragnar Blackmane leading, good old Ragnar, who's a force to be reckoned with. 2 squads of 10 Bloodclaws. 5-man Desolation Squad. Often with Super Crack. I think against Neil I brought Super Frag, which you just have to declare on like setup of the game. I brought a Storm Speeder Thunderstrike, which is like the anti-vehicle speeder. 3 Wolf Guard Head Takers, and a squadron of Wolfen. Oh, no, sorry. A squadron of Wolfen without Storm Shields, and 3 Inceptors, which are the dual bolter pistol 3-man squad with the jump packs. Because I always get confused now. They've got Inceptors, Incursors, Infiltrators, Intercessors. Like, it's just all lots of eyes. So that's what the Incursors are. In general, I found the army very fast and very aggressive, which either played well for me or got very caught out. I found that if you do get caught out, it can cause a bunch of problems because if you deploy and leave yourself easily targeted, which I did very much in my first game against Sam, so much of your killing power dies that you're relying on your support units too heavily, and so you just can't keep up in scoring and survivability. I think you can easily be punished by cooler players who will focus and kill your most damaging things before you get a chance to strike. It feels very, certainly the way I'm playing the detachment, seems very you live by the sword, you die by the sword kind of army. And when you look at the units that are available, Bloodclaws and Grey Hunters, if you're going to focus on trying to bring Space Wolf units, they are the units. There are no other general troops. So Bloodclaws having the advance and charge rule is really, really good for getting up there, getting into combat, killing things with lots of dice, using your lethal hits to kill vehicles. And unless you're going to bring a lot of Space Marine units with long-range firepower, most of your killing is going to happen in combat.
Yeah.
So you lean towards that, but that can have negative effects if you're a noob like me and make mistakes and leave yourself open. I think it can be very synergistic. The Space Wolf Codex seems very linked towards, and again, I think Sam said it earlier, like 40k is very character heavy. The Space Wolf characters really buff your units, so you want them either close by or in units to give you much more effective damage outputs.
Yeah.
And survivability in the case of like the Wolf Priest. My feeling of them is they could be really powerful and deadly just due to the kind of the quality that is in there, but it's getting them to the fight. And that's something I've struggled with, where I don't have transports, and I've only been obviously playing at 1,000 points, so it's not like you can get Land Raiders into a list easily and things like that.
Is that what you want to do? Put them in Land Raiders?
No, because I just don't like vehicles very much. So
Right.
I will stay running across the board, and if it loses me games, so be it. But it feels in general, Space Wolves are built to be combat focused, but with an eye on what support you need and bringing that across from the Space Marine Codex, because you don't have enough options in the Wolves Codex to go it alone. So yes, you do need to buy 2 books. But yeah. So for this segment, we're picking out some of the either new units or just units that have changed since the index. And we're going to do 2 units each. I brought the data cards along with me, so I shall give the guys their ones so they can look at their rules and have a gander while I start us off with the others. There you go, sir. So I'm starting off with the brand new unit called their Wolfguard Head Takers. I'm going to go through their rules, give a bit of a feeling of my opinion on whether they're good or not, and then talk a little bit about their models with the guys. So they come in 3 or 6, depending on how many you want to bring. You can have 0 to 6 hunting wolves that attach to them, and then after deployment, they then become their separate unit, which is a really interesting mechanic. Every Wolfguard Head Taker is equipped with a heavy bolt pistol, mastercrafted power weapon, and storm shield. And every hunting wolf has teeth and claws. All models in the unit can either have the power weapon storm shield, or they can take a pair of mastercrafted power weapons for more attacks, but less survivability, I guess. Their general stat line is movement 7, toughness 4, 3 up save, 3 wounds, 6+ leadership, and OC 1. And the accompanying wolves, if you choose to take them, are 10-inch movement, toughness 4, 6 up save, wound 1, 8 leadership, and 0 OC. The leadership nearly threw me off, but then having higher makes it harder to pass the break tests, which is just so weird. My head did not compute that for a second. So in terms of their damage output, they have a heavy bolt pistol, which is a heavy bolt pistol, and the real kind of interest you will have is in their melee. So the paired master-crafted power weapons have 6 attacks, 3 up to hit, strength 5, -2 AP, and damage 2. This is the only difference there is the master-crafted power weapon on its own is 2 less attacks because the other harm is holding a storm shield. But if you take that, you're getting a 4-up invul save. So you're trading 2 less attacks per guy for a 4-up invul, which is like a fairly even trade-off, I guess. I've been trying to play them with the paired weapons, just for the number of attacks, because I've only been bringing 3. I will probably try them the other way and see what my feeling is. But I've been enjoying the dual weapons so far. In terms of abilities, as I stated, if you choose to bring the hunting wolves, they at the declare battle formations step, you split this unit into 2 units, one containing all the head takers and one containing the hunting wolves, and they become a separate unit. So you just get an annoying screening 3 wolves that can run around and get in the way.
Cool.
Which is is an interesting little kind of unique trait that they have. They also have headhunters, which is at the start of the battle, select 1 enemy unit, and they become their quarry. Weapons equipped by head takers in this unit have the devastating wounds and precision abilities while targeting that quarry. Each time this unit's quarry is destroyed, you get to select 1 new enemy unit as its quarry.
Cool.
So it's just going around taking heads. That's
nice.
The whole idea. The Hunting Hounds is their last ability, which while this unit is within 6 inches of 1 or more friendly Space Wolf character models, excluding Wolven, if this unit is not battle shocked, Hunting Wolf models have objective control 1.
Cool.
So, that's quite nice.
Neil, do you want to do one?
Yeah.
I'm guessing there's no logical order to how you've paired them together.
No, not overly. We were going to do you want to do the feeling of strength in the Force and the model review, or do you want to just do data cards and then go back to
Oh, no, do those as well.
Yeah.
Chunk them together.
So the head takers feel like quite a dangerous melee unit. They work perfectly as bodyguards to characters, which also gives them extra attacks and buffs. If you put them with Ragnar, they get a great threat range because they can advance and charge. But without a transport, they are often focused on and weakened before they get to swing. The accompanying wolves are a really interesting extra unit that can bring about quite an annoying thing. Using them to eat an Overwatch, and if you choose not to Overwatch them, hold them in combat and then bring the head takers in nice and safe. Using them to just make it hard for you to charge the head takers by just being in front of them, and having to go around them to get your charge off could be a really useful way of using them. So I think that's just quite a cool, unique tactic that they have. The wolves can completely run off somewhere else, but I don't know what you'd use them for. Like, keeping them close means they've got OC1 and they can just work like a screen and a literally meat shield to the head takers that are moving up the board. You probably wouldn't take them if you're putting them in a transport.
No.
And lastly is the model review. So I've added a picture to the notes for the guys so they know exactly who I'm talking about. In the photo, they're the ones with the storm shields. All you do is take the storm shields off and put a hand that has a power sword on. So it doesn't change much.
So I don't think they're bad. The guy at the back looks like a pirate.
Yeah, so some of the heads are very quirky. I actually ended up using the leftover heads from my characters because I think they looked cooler, and the helmeted heads are quite cool. I'll give you my data card if you want to see those.
Okay.
So they've got the
ponytails.
Yeah, the fur ponytails, like tail of a wolf or something
From
on
their head,
from
saying
the
that they
top of
are
their
an
helmet.
arse.
Yes,
Right.
but they've got quite flat, kind of medieval-looking helmets, which I quite like. Just a bit more unique than the standard
Well,
marine
they've been
helmet.
smacked in the face with a frying pan, Rog.
Yeah, so I've got one with a helmet, and then the other two I used leftover heads from the Wolf Priest and Battle Leader because I just preferred them to the kind of overly caricature faces on the head takers. So that is one thing. They're posed pretty well. They look very wolfy with their furs thrown over them and trinkets hanging around. I don't know how I feel about the wolves, comparing them to the Fenrisian wolves that I believe are still available. They're a little bit more mangled and feral looking, which I guess is pretty cool. I quite liked the Fenrisian wolves, so I don't know why they've made a brand new sculpt when they could have just put 3 of them in the box. But I don't know.
I think it's because they're actually like fighting wolves, where Fenrisian wolves just felt like wolves.
Yeah,
And actually probably a bit too like polished. They
Yeah,
should
more-
be a bit
yeah.
and
yeah. I don't
mangled.
dislike them. It just was a bit like, oh, okay, new wolf sculpts for why? They're
Because-
also on different
because
size
they're a new.
bases.
This is a new box, right?
Yeah,
And it comes in the same box.
yeah.
There they go then.
Yeah. I like I say, I really like them. They were really easy to put together. My plan is to where I built them with the paired weapons, because magnetizing it's like a separate arm for the shield insert. So it's not the easiest to magnetize for arm because you've got the pelt and it goes up into the shoulder pad and the pelt are on the torso, so the arm kind of goes up and into.
Right.
So my plan is the power pack generator, the circle on the middle of the Space Marine, is perfect for the insert of the storm shields. So I'm thinking of magnetizing that and magnetizing the storm shields to their back when I run them as storm shields, and when I don't, I can take them off and they've already got the paired weapons. And so it's just a way of visually showing me as well as my opponent whether they're the storm shield variant or the paired weapons.
Very Captain America like.
Yeah, it's a best of both worlds, because both times they'll have paired weapons, so you just need to make sure you're not using the paired weapon stat line if you've got the storm shield on the back.
Yeah.
But I'd be careful enough to not do that. So I feel like that's a way of being able to show that across the board.
Cool. Neil, do you want to do one?
Okay. So, we'll go next up with the Dwarf God Terminators.
Ooh.
Scroll down here just to yada, 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 yada. Okay, so basically box standard kind of stat line with these guys: movement 6, toughness 5, save 2+, and a 4-up invuln save, 3 wounds, 6+ leadership, and objective control 1. They all start off with storm bolters and where are we? And a mastercrafted power weapon.
Yes.
So your initial squad starts off with 1 Wolfguard Terminator pack leader and 4 other Terminators. So standard storm bolter, 2 attacks. Your mastercrafted power weapon gives you 4 attacks. What have we got here? You can replace the storm bolter with a storm shield. So any of them can do that.
Which you will want to do every single time.
Which instead of increasing their invuln save, gives them an extra wound.
Yes.
So instead of them having 3 wounds, they now have 4 wounds if you give them a storm shield, which is interesting. And then every 5 models that you have, one of the Wolfguard Terminators can replace Storm Bolter and the power weapon with an assault cannon and a power fist.
Yes, yeah. It's weird that they're connected. Like, you can't take power fist anywhere else
No.
other than the assault cannon guy.
So
Which is
yeah,
weird.
which really threw me. It's just like, but they're Terminators. Surely they're nope, no.
No, they like their swords and axes.
Indeed. And then the Wolf Guard pack leader can actually swap out the Mastercraft power weapon for a relic. Or actually, sorry, the Stormbolter and the Mastercrafted power weapon for either a relic Great Axe or Twin Lightning Claws. So your relic Great Axe has devastating wounds and has 3 attacks in melee, strength 7, AP -2, damage 3, or you've got your lightning claws which are twin linked at that point. Abilities wise, they've got Deep Strike, they've got Oath of Moment, and they've got this thing called Rugged Resilience. So each time an attack targets this unit, if the strength characteristic of that attack is greater than the toughness of the unit, you subtract 1 from the wound roll. So basically anything
Strength
6
up.
or over,
Yeah.
you -1 from the wound roll.
Which is a real pain in the arse, actually,
Yeah.
because you'd have to be, even when you're strength 10 or up and doubling out, it'd be 2s to wound, but now it's 3.
Yeah.
So it just makes them quite survivable.
Yeah, it adds extra bit of resilience to them. But yeah, no, that's actually not a bad rule, to be honest with you.
No, it's quite nice, particularly if you give them the storm shields.
Yeah.
Because then they've got that 4th wound as well. So they're just like a lot of wounds, higher toughness.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty survivable, tanky.
Exactly. And then you just basically chuck them in some form of transport, possibly, or deep strike them.
Yeah, I'd probably deep strike them, I guess.
And then just walk them through stuff, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, they seem pretty good. I'm trying to resist going that route, but I keep going. But maybe a unit will be cool.
I mean, unit wise, they looked, from the looks of the models, they are your Terminators with Wolfy stuff on them.
I'm not that much of a fan of them. I actually think the original Space Wolf Terminators were better.
Let's have a little look, Ski. I mean,
the originals had a bit more character to them, whereas this feels like chuck a fur there, chuck a totem there. Whereas the kit was very, very unique. Every single arm was different. The pack leader had like a bear fur with a cloak, whereas they've kind of homaged that a little bit with the relic Great Axe guy, like the pack leader. But I don't know, they seem a bit more bland. So I think all the power fists on the original one all had like runes carved into them and stuff. Whereas here it's just a plain, could be a Space Marine power fist.
No, this has got runes carved into it. The power fist.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the power fist has got runes, and it's actually got a couple of notches out of it as well.
oh nice.
So where it's been punching stuff.
Fair enough.
But the assault cannon, I mean, it looks bigger.
Yeah, it is chunky.
But yeah,
I'm sure they're Fu Manchu kind of beards as well. Beards are a bit weird.
Yeah.
But it's personal taste. There's nothing wrong with them. But I think the original, now small, Wolfguard Terminators were cooler in look.
Fair enough. Cool.
But yeah. What about you? You like them?
I like the giant cape on the I assume the sergeant to make him look taller.
The pack leader,
Yeah. I still find Terminators really weird. Like, how the fuck does he walk through doors?
yeah.
He walks through it.
Yeah, it's like the Saturnine Terminators.
Oh God, no!
They walk through it.
They had to significantly alter the architecture of every ship in the fleet to allow them to be real.
Yeah.
No, I think they look fine. I mean, I think they're a little bit uninspiring.
Yeah.
But then I think a lot of the Space Marine like unique units are that way now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I suspect that's probably down to complexity in printing processes and whatnot. Like,
yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Like having totems hanging off, like having random single foxtails that they seem to used to have hanging off of them is harder to print.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So
but then you look at the Wolf Priest, which is one of the ones you're going to do.
Yeah.
And you look at that model, and it's present there, But it's a character,
it's
right?
it's a single print character. It's a
Yeah.
character though, and the way that they'd break that model up to put it on a clamshell is very different to
Yeah.
the a 5-man squad of
Yeah.
Terminators, which come with, you're talking already, probably 3 sprues of kit to do
Yeah.
those 5 dudes. So like, yeah,
The originals were 2.
because they were shorter.
Yeah.
Because you know
more
Space
space.
Marines get taller when they cross the Rainbow Rubicon.
Yeah.
That'll
Right,
do.
you going to give us your first one?
Yeah, I'll do Grey Hunters to start with.
Ooh.
So Grey Hunters made up of 10 in a squad, 1 pack leader, 9 Grey Hunters. Everybody's equipped with a bolt carbine, bolt pistol, and an Astartes chainsword. The pack leader can change his bolt carbine for a plasma pistol, and the chainsword can be either a power fist or a power weapon. I'm not going to go into the distinct weapons because I think they're basically the same.
Yeah, they'll be
So-
the same for Marines as well.
So movement 7, toughness 4, strength 3+, wounds 2, leadership 6, OC 3. They have Oath of Moment, and they have Cunning Hunters. Cunning Hunters is you can re-roll wound rolls of a 1, and then if you're within range of an objective marker, you can re-roll the wound roll instead.
Mm.
So pretty good.
Yeah, good at fighting over objectives.
Kind of bog standard troops, right? These are effectively probably your tac squads.
These are instead of tac squads, yeah.
Yeah. So they're to be honest, I'd say that they probably are the exact same as tac squads. And
no, well, so they're OC3, so
Rather
they are rather than OC2. They're
Okay.
one of the highest battle line units
Oh, nice.
in 40k at the moment.
Yeah, I mean that kind of just it reflects the grit and determination, right?
Yeah, I think it's just they're great. You stick them on a primary and you just hold it. You just keep them there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a generic kind of stand and hold unit. There's nothing crazy special about them.
Nope.
They used to be able to take special weapons.
Yeah.
So it was like for every
In
5?
as in like when you used to play back in the day.
index.
Index, right? Okay.
So index before they got primarised, Rubicon, they were obviously firstborns, Grey Hunters,
Yep.
and they could take 1 special weapon for every 5
In the index.
in the index.
Right, before
yeah.
the Rubicon.
So in this edition, yeah.
In this issue, okay, cool.
So you'd have 2 plasmas, 2
Yeah.
flamers, a melter,
Yeah.
whatever you wanted really. And they've obviously lost that because I don't know.
I guess it's because did they have the same OC then?
No,
So they went, all right, we'll get rid of the special weapons. Or they probably went, we want to get rid of the special weapons because they don't work in the kit we're going to sell.
I think that's part of it because they were just standard Marine ones, right? And
Yeah.
they want every bolt carbine is wolfy. It has
Yeah.
a wolf symbol on it, or a jewel, or a.
So they probably went, in terms of the kit we're going to sell, we can't give weapons away in that. Therefore, we're going to remove it. But because Space War players will be butthurt, we'll give them an extra OC, so they kind of balance it there.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
And to be fair, looking at their Cunning Hunter's ability, re-rolling wound rolls of a 1, and if you're in an objective marker, which you will be with OC3, re-rolling wound rolls, it's totally. You don't really want special weapons on these.
No, yeah, that's not their goal, is it?
No, they're there to defend objectives or go
Yeah.
and get objectives from the middle table.
I think the special weapons were there, one, because way back in the day, you'd have your 10-man tac squad with 1 special weapon, 1 heavy weapon,
Yeah,
and they were like, Space Wolves are more mobile, we'll give them 2 special weapons.
yeah.
And it just carried on. But now we've had the reboot and the Primaris Grey Hunters. It's like, yeah, we're going to deal with it. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
And every guy's got a bolt carbine, so you only need to learn that 1 stat.
Exactly.
Like,
Really simple, nice guys. I think from a model perspective, I mean they're boring,
no, they're really not actually in person. They're really nice.
but like by boring I mean, okay, let's not
They're
say the word
Space
boring.
Marines.
They're not over the top. Like they're not like got crazy. Like, oh, the sergeant's gonna have a giant cloak on him.
They never
Or-
were though, and
No, but what I mean by is the other 2 Space Wolf examples we've had have
Yeah,
been
very-
like over the top Space Wolfy. Hey, I'm a Nordic guy, yeah, with my Space
Yeah.
Wolf and ponytail. Like,
I
whereas
guess-
these actually look like Marines with talismans.
yes, and
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's design choice in terms of you give everyone wolf pelts everywhere, and it becomes less kind of special. And so the 2 units you're talking about, we've done Wolfguard Terminators and Wolfguard Head Takers. So these are the Wolfguard, these are the veterans, these are the combat experts. The Grey Hunters are your rank and file guys. And so they should, in some senses, look a bit more plain because they haven't had the years of experience to earn the extra stuff.
And you're gonna have like 2, maybe 3 units of these.
Yeah.
I don't know actually. People tend to just bring blood claws
Why?
because they will cover blood claws in a minute, but because they can advance and charge.
What
and
OC
so
are they?
2.
Uh,
So you're only 1 less OC.
Yeah.
And blood claws will benefit more from having characters in them.
mm.
I think these guys benefit if you stick a wolf priest with them, and you'll cover wolf priests in a little bit. They can bring models back from the dead, and so having OC on a primary where they get reroll wounds and hits, and models are coming back as they die, they're going to be a real.
Do you know what? These sound like home objectives.
There, so that for me, I will. They're not in my 1,000 points, but they are instantly in my 2K.
Yeah.
And that is the plan, to just sit in the middle of the board on the primary that's closest to my deployment zone
Yeah.
to earn me as many points as they can, and they're just going to stand there and weather damage.
Yeah. I guess where I was going with it is because, like, the likelihood of you having multiple squads of head takers is relatively low, and it's a low model count. They want to make the models memorable and unique.
Yeah.
Whereas these, if they're a squad of 10, you have to, because they do have better OCs. You're probably going to take more. Maybe you do go and have more. So actually having them, you're not unique, but blending into the normal dudes makes complete sense.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think, to be honest, they look like rank and file dudes. They're not special
Yeah.
characters. They're not like unique name things. They look like normal guys with a hint of Space Wolf, so that they're not just a Space Marine kit.
Yeah, the
Which
head,
I think is fine.
The heads are really cool. And I like the fact that you've got a mix of some guys with just bolters, some guys with bolter chainswords.
Yeah.
Sergeant
This sounds
has a
like
unique pose.
This sounds like the type of unit you buy to farm bits for other Space Wolf
Yeah.
units.
Which is what the original Grey Hunter box was used for as well.
Yeah.
You'd use that to build your Wolf Guard, to build your Blood Claws, to build everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of a nod towards that in a weird way.
Cool. Do you want to go back to yours?
Yeah, so I'm covering the Blood Claws. So interestingly, we just talked about those. They're my second unit. Blood Claws, again, Marine stat line, I said OC2 already. 2 wounds, 3 up save, all the things you expect. They're 7-inch movement, which I don't think I mentioned much about. Space Wolves are a little bit quicker than normal Marines, so they can move a little bit faster. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, Marines are 6, I believe. And Space Wolves has 7.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
I don't know.
They come in 10-man units, but you can have up to 20 in a squad.
Cool.
Which is kind of crazy.
How many points? Well, I guess points don't.
135 for 10.
So is it 270 for 2?
I think they put them up recently to like 280 or 290. So to take the extra 10 there's like a extra cost. Because
that's weird.
just
Normally they made them slightly cheaper because they can't go in transports.
Yeah, 40k seems to be doing the other way round because like 20 is just so hard to deal with the amount of attacks and
especially OC2, right?
OC2. Well, and again, they have Berserk Charge, so this unit is eligible to declare a charge in a turn in which it advanced. So 20 Marines moving 7, potentially another 6 inches on their advance, and then getting to charge.
Yeah.
There's a nasty ability that Nijal's Stormcaller has that he can use a psychic test.
Yeah.
And make that advance just 6 inches.
Yeah.
You don't even need to roll for it. So you're like 13-inch move and then a potentially 12-inch charge.
Nice.
It's just crazy fast with 20 Marines. Is quite crazy. Same as the Grey Hunters, bolt pistols, rather than bolt carbines, and chainswords. And then the sergeant can have, or pack leader, I should say, can have a plasma pistol power weapon, which you're going to take every time because it's free. They also have Oath of Moment, and that's it. That's them really. Their big thing is that they advance and charge, and they want to charge, and you want to get them up the board and into combat. They benefit from obviously characters like any unit does, but actually I've found using them alone because they don't need a character to give them a buff. And here's my question that I guess I have that I haven't worked out yet. obviously they have advance and charge. If I put a character in there that can't advance and charge, surely the unit no longer can advance and charge because there's a character present that can't do that.
But doesn't units share keywords?
I don't know.
I thought they did, because that's how you can get, like...
It's not a keyword, it's an ability.
Yeah, but I thought units can share. They become part of that unit.
I mean, if that's the case, then you can stick wolf priests in them and have 20 of them run up the board with the ability to bring models back, and you can advance and charge. That's pretty nice. Because he also gives a buff to... I keep talking about the wolf priest, and we haven't covered him yet. But he also gives buffs to hitting. So he's great in a combat unit.
But you can only do that 3 times.
Yeah.
So it's completely OP.
No. But it's just... So that would make them more versatile.
I'm pretty sure they get to gain benefits from them. Like, as in, like, they get the abilities.
Yeah. It would make... Like, again, traditionally, if the character has it, he gives it to the squad. But I've never heard it of the squad has the rule, so then the character gets it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because a wolf priest can't advance and charge. But because he's with blood claws, he can now advance and charge? I don't know. That's a rookie 40k thing. There will be people listening to this going, "Yes, you idiot," but I just don't quite understand if that's something they get the ability to. But yeah, I mean, blood claws, they're cool. They advance and charge, bunch of attacks. OC2 still, so there's still got that battle line buff.
Yep.
They did lose a power fist from the pack leader. So again, in the firstborn blood claws, before they primarized, they could take power fists with the pack leader, but you can't do that anymore. And yeah, I mean, if you want to run 20 bloodlusty space wolves up the board and just go, I'm going to punch stuff, then you can, but it's a lot of points in one place.
It sort of makes sense that they can't do that, because otherwise you'd have a run, charge, can assault, power fist, which is meant to be a lumbering thing.
Yeah.
So
it makes some sense. And again, it's a new kit, and the power fist, maybe they've used that as a way of identifying the Grey Hunter squads a little bit more, because the Grey Hunter pack leader can take a power fist, whereas the Blood Claw one can't. It's also power fists are a bit more arcane and maybe given and entrusted to more well-rounded warriors, whereas the pack leader of a Blood Claw squad is still bloodthirsty, just wants to chop things down. Maybe it would be irrational to give him a power fist. He'll probably die and leave on the battlefield.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Are you looking up whether a character gains the unit rules?
yeah.
I mean, if he does, that opens a load of more ideas of what I have for this unit. Having 20 of them.
Yeah, carry on. I'll find it.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to talk about the models. There's not much more to add to the Blood Claws than the Grey Hunters. They are similar. They're Marines with some Space Wolfy bits. The power weapon for the Blood Claw pack leader is either an axe or a lightning claw.
Yeah.
Which is really strange, because obviously it's not listed as a lightning claw. And whatever one you put on, it's the same profile. It's just a power weapon.
Oh, okay.
Which is really strange. I've used one with the with the lightning claw and one with the axe, so I can differentiate units. The one thing I do like about them is they are very dynamically posed. Lots of running legs and diving forwards, which is very fitting for the Blood Claw's role, being able to advance and charge and wanting to get into combat.
Yep.
And that really makes them stand out between the Blood Claws and the Grey Hunters as well. So I really like them.
Cool.
But yes. Well, while Sam's still looking and trying to work out a rule that we probably should all know, do you want to run us through the Great Wolf?
Yeah, I'll take us through Logan Grimnar's wonderful stat line and everything else. So, the Great Wolf, standard. I say pretty standard wolf line for a hero. Stat line for a hero. Movement 6, toughness 5, save 2, invuln save 4+. Got 8 wounds, leadership 6+, and objective control 1.
Beefy guy, 8 wounds.
He's a beefy guy. It's got a Storm Bolter, nothing special there.
Yeah, he used to have a really special bolter because it's like bolted on his wrist,
Yeah,
but they've just gone, make it Stormbolt.
Storm Bolter. I mean, the only sort of real good thing is he's hitting on twos
Yeah,
as opposed to anything worse than that. Melee weapon, he's got the Axe of Morkai, so you can use 2 different attacks with that. You can either go for a strike or a sweep, and that will then either mean it's 6 attacks at strength 8 and damage 3, or 10 attacks at strength 6 and only 1 damage each.
Mm.
And then he's also got his wolves with him, Tiernak and Fenrir, that give extra attacks as well. As a leader, he can be attached to a Wolfguard Terminator squad, and he can embark embark within a friendly Adeptus started transport model that can transport 10 Terminators. And when doing so, it takes up the space of 4 infantry models.
Yes, well, he's a dude in Terminator armor, and he's got his wolves that will not leave his side, so squeeze them in too.
Quite exactly. Abilities wise, got Deep Strike and Leader, Faction Oath at the moment, and it's got High King of Fenris. So once per battle round in your movement phase, you can select 1 friendly Space Wolves unit that is in strategic reserves. If you do so until the end of the phase, for the purpose of setting that unit up on the battlefield, treat the current battle round number as being 1 higher than it actually is.
Allows them to get in easier.
Yeah. And then other ability is Guile of the Wolf, which is an aura. Each time your opponent targets a unit from their each time your opponent targets a unit from their army with a stratagem, if that unit is within 12 inches of Logan Grimnar, increase the cost of the usage of that stratagem by 1 CP.
Mm.
Cool.
It's a real pain in the ass for opponents.
Indeed.
Yeah, just suddenly your CP, if you've got 1 left and you want to do 1 CP stratagem, you now can no longer use it if they're within 12 inches of him.
Fair enough.
And that's not once per phase, if I'm correct. That's just an effect that happens to everything.
Yeah, each time your opponent targets a unit from an army with a stratagem.
Every phase, multiple times in a phase. Like, it's just kind of actually quite crazy rule.
Yeah.
So, it's not explicitly called out.
Yeah.
However,
Shocking.
However, it does say there's a section on attached units which says some characters have the leader ability, which lets them merge into other units known as bodyguard units to form an attached unit. The starting strength of an attached unit is equal to the combined strength. That goes on to there. For the purpose of the rules that triggered when a unit is destroyed, that's fine. So that was the first bit. You formed an attached unit.
Yeah.
The leader ability, some characters have leader listed on their data sheet. Such characters and units are known as leaders. The units they can lead, known as their bodyguard units, are listed on the data sheet. During the declared battle formations for each step, you can include 1 or more leaders bodyguard units. You can select 1 of those bodyguard units. The leader will then attach to the bodyguard unit for the duration of the battle, and is said to be leading that unit. Each bodyguard unit can only have 1 leader attached to it. While a bodyguard unit contains a leader, it is known as an attached unit, with the exceptions of rules that are triggered when units are destroyed. It is treated as a single unit for all rule purposes.
Ooh.
On the on the sections, so looking at the Grey Hunters, each time a model in this unit makes an attack. So I would say,
that
as it becomes a unit, he can then get the benefits there.
Okay. So that would mean that like wolf priests and battle leaders don't slow up your blood claws. Which, again, probably every player under the sun is going, yeah, of course. But that's a new thing for me to think about.
Yeah.
So that's quite cool.
So, I mean, people feel free to correct us, which they will. Like, it goes on to talk about toughness, obviously using the toughness of the unit, because there's more of them there.
Yeah.
Attacks can't be allocated to characters.
Oh, that also means that if I'm shooting a unit using Saga of the Beastslayer, and there's a character in that unit has the character rule. So I would get lethal hits against it.
I wouldn't say that.
But it's one unit.
Yeah, but that's talking about abilities. Like you're not giving them keywords. Where does character come on? Is it a keyword? Yeah, no, I wouldn't say they get that because you don't get the keywords attached to it. Like the abilities is the ability of that unit. Like keywords are because otherwise you could attach a tech priest to a knight, and then they get the super heavy rule.
I don't know. I don't know what the
like character.
the way that
Character
works.
is a keyword, not a ability.
Yeah. Because I was thinking that because again, like Saga of the Beast Slayer gives you lethal hits against characters, but like if I'm shooting or punching, if I'm punching Ben's berserkers,
Yep.
I'm punching Ben's berserkers and Khan's in the unit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting lethal hits.
Yeah, because you can't target Khan.
Yeah, and that's how I've been playing it. But some of the things I've been reading online is like, well, there's a character there, so you're targeting a character.
But you're not targeting a
I'm
character.
not. That's what I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what I've read online. So yeah, which is why I was like, well, if you put the character in the unit, why would he suddenly be able to advance and charge? But from that description, he can.
Yeah.
It's an ability.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah. They're called keywords. Let me just check the keywords.
Yeah,
section.
no, that's fine.
Keywords. Data sheets of this keyword separate into faction keyword and other keywords. The former are used when deciding which models to include in your army, but otherwise both sets of keywords are functionally the same. No, that's it.
Well, someone tell me.
Yeah, that's the only kind of mention it has on it. Like
Yeah.
that's how I'm reading it. I'm happy to be wrong. But
Yeah.
Maybe there's an FAQ for it where it covers it. But yeah.
Maybe.
Anyway, Wolf Priests.
Well, we've got to talk about the model of Logan Grimnar.
Oh, kind of shitty. Better than the last time. They're going in the right direction.
I mean, it's interesting.
He's not riding a fucking sleigh this time, so
Yeah,
that's
It's just
crazy.
Father Christmas
Do you know-
standing on a
I
rock.
still prefer the old metal one. Just the posing, like he was running forward with the axe out to the side.
yeah.
I just liked that pose really much. Like, and then he went to I'm standing still because I need to be able to slot onto my sleigh, which I hated. So this is a much
definitely
improvement.
better than before. I don't like tactical wolves.
I don't like the massive tactical rock that he's standing on either to make him
Yeah.
18 foot tall rather than 10 foot tall.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a bit weird. Like, I would have, yeah. I mean, if you want to give him a company,
Did the wolves come off?
No.
They're just on the base.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, it looks like a display piece model
Yeah.
rather than a gaming model.
Like very similar to the Logan Grimnar Primarch model, where he's got the wolves slot into it.
Logan Grimnar.
Not Logan
Primarch.
Primarch model, sorry. The
Lehman Russ. They
Primarch
don't
model.
slot in.
Don't they
They're
slot in?
Separate bases. They might on the display,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
but in terms of gaming, you have Russ and then there's wolves.
No, I know, but
with
I
it.
mean in the display base, they
Yeah,
slot in.
Yeah.
So like, this is just the same display
Yeah.
base.
Yeah, I don't know why the two wolves aren't on their own bases next to him.
I mean, do they count
Other
as
than
separate
simply-
attacks?
They're extra
yes.
attacks.
So, but like my horses get extra attacks because
Yeah.
the horse is there.
Yeah, they're there, so they give them extra
Can you
attacks.
target the wolves?
No, there's no stat
There you
line
go
for
then.
them.
That'd be why.
Yeah.
Because what happens if Logan dies? The wolves then just run away crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I get why they haven't done that, but they have to kind of attribute that the model exists, I guess, because he's there. But I agree, it's a weird model, but it's way better than the sleigh.
Oh, 100%. I think the Logan himself is really nice, but the giant rock he stands on and the two wolves either side of him that go everywhere.
You seen
with
it in person?
No.
I reckon it's definitely a see it in person model.
Yeah.
Because it might not look as bigger, like everything looks bigger in pictures, right? So it might just be a bit of a smaller rock.
It's the angle.
It's the angle.
So yeah, so round us off with the Wolf Priest, Sam. Then we'll have our rounding thoughts of the.
We probably
Wolves.
should have done this one first, considering we've talked about it so much.
Joe, yeah.
So the it's one Wolf Priest. It's equipped with an Absolver bolt pistol and a Crucis Arcanum. It's a leader model, so it can be attached to Blood Claws, Grey Hunters, or Wolfguard head tankers. So basically all the ones we've talked about today. He moves 7, toughness 4, strength 3 with an invuln 4, wounds 4, leadership 6, 1 OC. Kind of standard stat lines for a character. He has factions for his own for a moment. He has healing balms, gonna rub you up and down with baby oil, and that means that you can return one destroyed model, excluding characters, to that unit that he's with. He has to be leading a unit though, so you can't have him floating around,
Yes.
sort of magically rubbing oil.
He
on
only
people.
gets to do that to the unit he's leading. Yeah.
Yeah. And as he can't leave the unit now, even if he becomes single Pringle, he then can't go and join another unit.
Yep.
Oh, nice. And then Litany of Hate. While this model is leading a unit, each time the model in that unit makes an immediate attack, add 1 to the wound roll. Pretty cool.
Yeah. So that was my thing, like chucking him in a 20-man Bloodclaw squad. If he can advance and charge with them, you get to bring back a Bloodclaw every turn that you've lost one.
Yeah.
And he gives them all the +1 to wound. Did you say?
+1 to the wound roll. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's a lot of attacks with +1 to wound.
Yeah. +1 to wound. So makes a bit better.
Other people like to put him in head takers because they're 3 models or 6 models, and they're 3 wounds each. But that you just return a model.
Yep. Doesn't say one wound or
yeah.
that. I guess it's you continue doing it. It's not like every. I mean, you can only bring back 5, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's not insane. It's not
insane.
Like,
but at the same
one
time,
every phase.
returning a 3-point. Actually, aren't they head takers characters?
No.
Oh, okay. So bringing back a 3 wound model rather than a 1 wound model would have more impact. But like you say, him leading a squad of 20, bringing them back to get that OC, him being with high OC people.
Yeah. So I currently I have the Wolf Priest with my Grey Hunters because they're on an objective with the OC3 and they're going to get a lot of firepower. So going from 3 to 4 is still going to make problems for the opposing player.
Yep.
But now I'm a bit like, putting him in Bloodclaws seems quite tasty.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
From a model point of view, he looks like the mix between a Justicar that skull fucked a wolf.
Yeah.
Like he looks just like a Justicar with a wolfy add-on.
Yeah, I mean the cloak obviously he's got the more fur. He's got all the teeth totems around his neck. I think he looks really cool. I used the cowled wolf helm head on my battle leader as the wolf touched, so he can go with the Wolven.
Yeah.
And then I've used the grizzled bearded head on my wolf priest. They also come with a very weird little dagger. So in the picture on the thing, he's got, rather than the pistol, he's got like a weird icicle-shaped dagger thing. It's really odd looking. I don't like it.
He doesn't have any. That's not attributed as weapons.
No.
Icicle dagger.
What kind of shit is that?
I don't really understand why it exists, and it's just on the sprue.
Maybe he's not. Is he new for this edition? Or did he
Wolf Priests have been around forever.
Did they used to have an icicle dagger and they've just removed it and they've kind of left it in as a... Oh, okay, then that's just weird.
No.
He's grabbed off an icicle from the floor.
I'm assuming it's some ceremonial dagger
Ice
for
dagger.
the ceremonies that a chaplain would do.
Yeah.
But to have it as a model when he has a pistol, but if you don't put it, like, I don't know.
Weird.
It's a weird option.
Weird.
It's just there.
Cool. But then that's what models have moved to in 10th edition, right? WYSIWYG isn't really a thing. You build them as they come and like, it doesn't matter.
You just say this is what they got.
Yeah. Well, you don't even say that. It's on the card. Like, it doesn't matter anymore, does it?
Yeah.
I don't mind the model. I think it's just a bit sad that it's basically the same as the Justicar.
I think it's quite nice. It's characterful enough.
Have you got one?
Yeah.
Is it built?
Yeah.
Is it painted?
No, not in my 1K. Focusing on my 1K first.
Cool. That's it.
Yeah, I guess the round out for all our faction focus is our overall feeling of the entire release. So new models, codex, how they play, all that stuff. I really like it. I think they've done a good job at making them stand out and feel unique to other Space Marine chapters, model-wise as well as rules-wise. I think there was a lot of hype when it came out, particularly after when they did the Blood Angels a bit dirty and did a little bit of a basic kind of refresh, whereas this is a real big
well, they covered
impact.
some kind of open questions around Blood Claws and Grey.
Yeah, because they were all firstborn, and it's like, well, are they just going to disappear? And it's like, nope, here they are in Primaris.
Yeah.
Just don't ever play with your firstborn ever again. That's the only thing.
Well, I mean, you just run your firstborn. As long as you're not going to events, you just run your firstborn as these, right?
Yeah. I suppose you can do that.
bit of arm ripping off and stuff.
Yeah,
I think this is probably the most accessible. Like you don't have to run them as Primaris. Like you don't have to run Primaris Marines unless you're going to events where they care.
Yeah.
I don't think this is an instantly throw your Grey Hunters in a bin.
No. It's more the fact that, like, in some ways, yes, maybe it's more accessible because you've still got a Grey Hunter called squad, whereas there's no longer a tactical squad.
No.
It's intercessors and everything else.
I think that they have made Space Wolves a bit more flavoursome. It still irks me that it's an upgrade codex, not a full codex you can actually play. Like you basically are playing, what does Mike call it? The first founding tax.
Yeah.
Like from the fact that you're being included, but you don't get to actually have your models included, and you have to. Well, you're gonna have to go buy another codex in order to play a well-rounded faction.
Yep.
You have to buy another codex.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit sad they've done that. I feel like they are flavoursome. Looking at the ones we've looked at, they've got stuff that makes them a bit special, like the run and charge, the fact they reroll ones, that kind of stuff, and you've got named characters that aren't just named heroes.
Yes.
Like fuck all the Primaris lieutenants that are running around. Will actually have
we've
Space
got
Wolf named
Wolf
characters.
Priests and Wolf Guard battle leaders. And
Like you have that independence from those random, like basically making an army look everything else, but just call it Space Wolves.
Yeah.
So no, I think it's a step in the right direction. There are still some things that annoy me with the Space Marines, but that's why I don't play Space Marines in 10th edition.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Neil?
How you Sam? Yes, you're not. You're Sam.
I'm
You've
Sam.
just spoken.
That's Neil.
Neil.
I don't know. I reckon you could probably get away. You'd lose some of your ranged attacks, but you could probably get away with having a force that is entirely Space Wolves.
Oh, you could. If you went, I'm just going to punch everything, because Thunderwolf Cavalry are super fast and still super good. And yeah, you've got Deep Strike on Terminators, and you could easily run just Wolf units.
Yeah.
But
You're playing a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
it either works or it doesn't.
If you come across a faction that can deal with close combat orientated armies, then
which is most, frankly.
Well, gun lines is one way of doing it, or an out combat army like not Sea Suns, World Eaters.
Yeah. I think I could take World Eaters if I just got the charges. If you get the charge, swing first, you're fine.
Yeah,
that's the thing about assault armies.
Yeah, I don't think they're that. I think they're quite cool. I do think they're quite cool. I don't know. I just haven't liked how. I like the fluff background as to why Primaris exist. Like I think that's really cool and it moves the lore along. I just haven't quite liked the integration of Primaris Marines into
Dark Angels, Blood Angels, Space Wolves.
Well, it's just they're not like they've basically gone. What they have done is they've brought out these new models and gone, right, everybody use them. Now we need to come up with the background as to how it actually happened, rather than kind of starting with a background. Because like in the books that I'm sure you've read by now or getting to, like it talks about a first founding leading Primaris units to teach them how to be Marines. Because they're like book smart but no world experience, right? But that doesn't exist in the game. Like, really, your HQ units, apart from maybe the named characters that have crossed the Rubicon, probably should be fast founding.
Pretty much all of them.
Yeah. Like, and also in the lore bit that I'm up to at the moment, Space Wolves have middle fingered up the becoming Primaris. Yet here we are.
Everything I play is Primaris.
Yeah. So it's like they've kind of gone, we've got a really rich background, but it gets in the way of the sales figures. So or not even sales figures. That sounds really cynical. The game and how people are going to play it, because if you went, all right, Space Wolves didn't want Primaris, therefore actually you don't get any, apart from the random like Phobos units or whatever that you can bring as well, but you get a standard firstborn codex for the whole of 10th until they catch up in the lore. Like
I tried to do that when they first did it. My Blood Claws, my Grey Hunters were all firstborn. Long Fangs were still a thing, so I was bringing Long Fangs rather than Desolation Marines, things like that. And then I slowly transitioned across just because at that time they weren't that viable. Like assault
Of course.
intercessors.
Why would they make the old stuff
Yeah,
work?
yeah.
They want you to buy
And
the
so
new
you
stuff.
just were hamstringed that way.
Do you know what it is,
Um,
though? It's all those people that said, we're not going to go to 3rd edition of Heresy. We're going to stay, we're going to play 2nd edition Heresy because, we're true players and all that kind of crap. And actually, the support isn't there. You don't get any of the new shiny shit. You don't get any of the new books.
Yeah.
And eventually, everybody will move over to it because that's the natural progression of things.
Yeah, or you become more and more insular and you have your 1 or 2 friends that you play.
Yeah.
And you just run a little tight group and you just play that game for 10 years.
Forever.
Like people have been doing for 2nd Ed and 3rd
Yeah,
Ed.
100%. And that's kind of feels like what Space Wolves have got here is either you could play your normal ones if you want to be like lore accurate, but actually you don't get any of the cool stuff. And actually the support is Primaris Marines, and that's how, if you want to play and not get your face kicked in every time, that's how you
And
do
buy a
it.
Marine Codex because half your units will be Space Marine units,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Space Wolf units.
My thing is actually seeing a Space Wolf army integrate Space Marine units and still look Space Wolfy. Because at the moment, when I've looked at pictures of people's armies, they basically look like really Space Wolf units, boring ass bitch Primaris Marines.
Yeah, I think I will slowly work on that as I add more Space Wolf units.
Yeah.
So like I've got the head takers; they will look particularly wolfy. And
Well, it's just polarizing, isn't it? You have the really, really, really wolfy characters and special units, and then the plain Jane ones.
So, well, right now, my blood claws are a perfect example of this. I haven't put on all the extra knife sheaths and things like that are very wolfy because I'm integrating them with assault intercessors who are very plain. So
really, are you going to put some of those gun pouches on your plane?
I may eventually go back to do that.
They're painted though. Are they painted though?
Yeah, but I can paint the gubbins and then glue them on. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. So I may end up going back once I've got more and more wolf units. Then it's like, oh, actually the plain ones look weird, even the blood claws.
Yeah.
So now I'll go and add all those gubbins and go that way if needed.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Cool. Neil, anything you want to add?
No.
Round out and end the show.
Do you want to paint some models? Come on, let's go and paint. They're always sitting on the shelf. They won't paint themselves. Do you want them to stay all grey? Hi, I'm Matt, and you may remember me from such things as pessimist or realist, you decide. Laziness, the hobby killer, and the burning of Hivani Prime. I'm here to tell you about the monthly hobby hangouts that we host online. These run usually the last Sunday of every month from 8 PM UK time, where you will be greeted by one of the podcast hosts. Every month is a blast with lots of chatter around the hobby as well as wider life in a friendly atmosphere. Some of us get a decent amount of hobby done, but by no means is that the must for these hangouts. We post updates and links to these events through our Facebook safe room and Discord channel, so jump on those to join in with other members of the Adeptus Terra community. We hope to see you there. Can't get him in.
You can't get it
she said.
in.
I can't get it in.
It's fine. You and Neil have a special relationship. I'm sure he can help you out.
Are we back? Are we ready? Are we going?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, hello. This is the end of the episode. Well done for making it this far.
If indeed you have.
Yes, if indeed you're
If not, if you haven't made it this far, fuck you.
Well, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. I've enjoyed talking nonsense about some Space Wolves, and I'm fast realising that I just suck at games now. I used to be good, or maybe I just
Which
had
is
a
weird.
broken codex. Maybe one of those
I'd say
two.
it was that one.
Maybe I just always sucked at that.
I think the game. Oh wow, this is a big conversation. I think the game has changed since 7th edition.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Even 6th edition. When did we start?
Yeah.
6th?
5th.
I think the game has changed since 5th. It was a lot more straightforward. Like there was less bullshit, less cards, less like secondary missions counted. Like you just had your mission, you played it, you had your standard units, they did a thing, and that was it. Whereas now it's like, oh yeah, do a thing. Also, Leia, have this card. You can do that thing. Oh, he played a counter. He has a card. You can do that thing too. Like,
Yeah, it is interesting. It is and it's fun.
Heresy's going that way. Heresy is going that way now. Not with so much with cards and stuff like that, but the reactions are like cards for people that don't want to have to buy more cards.
Yep.
Yeah, they are. It's CP, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's becoming more CP.
and
reaction
then
points.
eventually what they'll do is they go, hey, we've got this really great product to help you remember all of your reactions. Here's a set of cards.
Yeah.
And then next edition, here's a set of cards rather than reactions. Like, it's going that way. I don't know. I'm going to
We
play Kill
shall
Team.
see. Yeah,
with
which
my
is all cards.
Which is all cards.
And we're playing Magic the Gathering. What happened?
Yeah. That's how you get your extra £12, right?
Yeah.
£12 of flesh of buying cards.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like I need food. I think that's probably why
I'm
here.
getting to that point of the day.
Mhm.
So yes, thank you for listening to the episode. Hope you very much enjoyed it. We look forward to bringing you a next one next month. Come and hang out with us in between. We have a hobby hangout on the 28th of September, and then the next one for next month, if you're not listening to this on instant download, then October 26th, 8 p.m. onwards. Come and hang out, Google Meet, good times with good people. Just come and join our Discord server, chat to us on Facebook. We are still alive. We are still there. And leave us a review. I noticed I haven't worked out how to read them yet, but we've got quite a few Spotify reviews now.
Really?
Which is pretty cool. I haven't worked out how to read them, but I saw them there. So do leave us a review on however you listen to us. We are available across many different platforms. Refer us to someone else as well.
Yeah.
We'd love to see our numbers go up a little bit. Give us a little dopamine hit. But until next time, I've been Matt.
I've been Sam.
You have been Sam, and I've been Neil.
And this has been the Adeptus Terra podcast. See you guys soon.
Bye.